13. And as I mentioned, Pittsburgh Power 4 and 14. So in each conference, there are 4 representatives. The 2 division winners, Chicago Rush and Arizona, and then the next 2 best records, which will be Spokane and the San Jose SaberCats. So the National Conference playoff picture is set. Arizona, Spokane, San Jose coming out of the West Division, and in the National Conference Central Division, Chicago will be the representative. In the American Conference South Division, Jacksonville is the winner in the South Division, and in the East Division, Philadelphia. So you have Tampa Bay and Orlando fighting for those playoff spots. So New Orleans and Orlando going at it tonight for a playoff spot. Tampa Bay at Jacksonville. So if Tampa Bay wins, they're in the playoffs. If Tampa Bay loses and Orlando wins, it will go to a tiebreaker, and that will have to go to more research. Other games around the league tonight: Arizona here at Iowa, Cleveland at Utah, Philadelphia at San Jose, and San Antonio rather, and Chicago at San Jose.
All right, you're up to speed now on what is going on around the Arena Football League tonight. It is the Arizona Rattlers, considered the top team in the Arena League, beaten by Chicago last week. A little surprising. But they are here in Des Moines tonight to play the Iowa Barnstormers. This is a club in Arizona that has dominated teams. They come in averaging almost 66 points per game, and they hold opponents to 48 points per contest. Their quarterback, Nick Davila, has thrown 104 touchdown passes, averaging 272 yards throughout the regular season. This is a team that has won a championship before, is generally a perennial playoff team. They really, really do things right at Arizona.
Yeah, and as Coach Hohensee alluded to during our pregame interview, this is an organization, and we all love the Barnstormers, and we love all the other organizations out there that put forth a great product for the AFL and the AFL fans. You know, you've said numerous times during TV interviews, radio interviews, hey, this is fun. This is for the fans, but the Arizona Rattlers do it right. These guys stay together year-round in Arizona.
Yep.
They put the punishment on people defensively. The offensive line protects the quarterback. Nick Davila is a champion quarterback. He has thrown for over 4,625 yards, 104 touchdowns, and only 14 interceptions. And he goes 1, 2, 3, 4 wide receivers deep. Rod Windsor is his favorite target, 1,500 yards, 39 touchdowns. So very deep, very athletic. Interceptions, Virgil Gray in the defensive backfield. He is a ball hawk, and J.J. Raderick will have his hands full tonight trying to complete passes without this Virgil Gray cat intercepting J.J. Raderick. So an all-around great team, great organization from top to bottom. It's going to be a nice treat tonight to watch the Arizona Rattlers in front of us.
Now, one thing that the Barnstormers have done on a pretty consistent basis this year is that the defense has been pretty solid, Joe. They give up less than 48 points a game, and they do have ball hawks in their defensive secondary with McIntosh, Glanton, Benton, Simpson. So they can indeed make plays against Nick Davila tonight.
One of the best defenses in the league. If you look at the points given up, points scored in the top 3, 48 is beautiful. You look at the Arizona Rattlers. What are they giving up? 48. You alluded to it. So, yeah, Ernesto Pernsley has done a tremendous job on the defensive side of the football. Mike Lewis, a tremendous acquisition for the Barnstormers in the offseason. He is going to be a first-team all-AFL defensive lineman, as he was last year in Utah. And, boy, I tell you what, you give up 48 points, you should be in the playoffs. It's been the offensive side of the football that has not produced this year. And, it comes to injuries. It comes to non-execution. Jesse Schmidt held out, and it's just been an offensive debacle so far this year for the Iowa Barnstormers, and you hope they can come out. And you know what? Offensively tonight, it may mean a little something for these players. Hey, the defensive guys, we want them coming back next year, Jimmy B. And then now, does it depend on how the offense plays tonight a little bit? I think so, in the back of the mind of some of these players. You bet.
Yeah, absolutely. The offense is going to have to put points on the board against this team, and they have struggled. Joe, after they did the 73 points against the San Jose SaberCats and won that game in front of a raucous crowd here, I think people really thought that all of a sudden they had hit their stride, okay? And Then they went to Philadelphia and couldn't even put 40 on the board. And then the roof kind of caved in on them. Look, this team's on a losing skid. They are finishing the season with the best team in the league, a team that wants to go in on a winning note tonight because it is the last game of the regular season, and they are getting ready for another playoff run. For the Stormers, they are playing for pride. They are professional athletes. They are paid to play, and everybody expects them to put on a show tonight.
And, you know, Coach Owensy assured us that the Barnstormers will come out, and there is pride at stake. You're right. These guys are paid. It is professional athletics. There's film, and film goes around throughout the league. And, you know, and getting back to some of these kids, given Damon Glanton, Taryn Benton, Eric McIntosh, Jason Simpson, and Mike Williams, the ball hawks in the defensive secondary that have done a great job. And you also have to give credit up front to the defensive line, Mike Lewis, Mr. Stokes, and Mr. Ambrose, along with Odrick Ray. They've done a tremendous job this year at getting to opposing teams' quarterbacks.
They have. It is a good crowd that is gathered for the final regular season game here at the arena. We shall see what we shall see tonight. I think most people probably coming into this game feel that Arizona will probably have their way. And they may, but one thing I know for sure after talking to the players, they want to play, they want to put on a good show, and they want to be competitive in tonight's game.
You know, and the Iowa Barnstormers, as you said, are professionals. The Barnstormer organization, a first-class act from top to bottom, and you win with class and you lose with class. And I hope that it's a competitive ball game for our fans here tonight and our listeners on News Radio 1040 WHO.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you to the starting lineups and then the opening kick. As we continue, we are live tonight in Des Moines at the Wells Fargo Arena. It is Arizona and the Iowa Barnstormers on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Marconi winning Van and Bonnie. Mornings on News Radio 1040 WHO, Des Moines.
Coach's Pizza is proud to support your team. Located in the West Glen Town Center, Coach's Pizza prepares their dough fresh daily and a sauce that's out of this world, all natural ingredients. One of the specialty pizzas could be one of your favorites. Coach Hohensy's favorite, the Coach. Sandwiches, pasta, salads, and more. Carry-out, delivery, and catering opportunities abound. Stop by, call them 223-2233. Tell them Coach Hohensy sent you. Downtown Farmers
Market,
Steve. Presented by you.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to have to probably run at least 3 minutes. They're late here on the song. They're just getting ready right now.
Okay, I'll add some more to this.
Farm fresh produce, live entertainment, breakfast, and more. Enjoy the sights, sounds, and flavors of the Downtown Farmers Market from 7 till noon every Saturday in downtown Des Moines' historic Court District. Find us on Facebook and Des Moines.
Say 3 minutes.com.
Broadcasting from Overtime, Neighborhood Hub, Sports and Grub, 86th Street in Urbandale, it's the Barnstormers Weekly Radio Show. Tuesday night, 6 to 7 on 1460 KXNO. Join me, Joe Stacy, as we talk Barnstormer football with Hall of Fame head coach Mike Hohensy, along with featured Iowa Barnstormer players. Be part of the fun every Tuesday night from 6 to 7, then stick around from 7 to 9 as we give away great prizes along with Barnstormer players cards and more. Great food and drink specials all night long. The Barnstormers Weekly Radio Show, Tuesday, 6 to 7 at Overtime on 1460 KXNO.
Attention all hunters, I have a special event I would like to invite you to. Hey, it's Outdoors Dan, and I'm hosting the first annual Iowa Hunting Appreciation Day, August 24th at Sportsman's Warehouse. Governor Branstad will be there to do a proclamation to dedicate the day to all hunters for what they do for the state of Iowa. There will be airsoft and archery shooting activities for the kids from the DNR and the National Wild Turkey Federation. The DNR and other conservation groups will be on hand to visit with folks to teach them about programs they offer so the whole family can enjoy the outdoors. There will be free food and ice cream for the first 600 kids that attend, courtesy of American Family Insurance, Hog Eyes Barbecue, and Carl Chevrolet. There's also going to be prizes awarded throughout the day from Bob Allen and Boyd Harness, Hunting Works for Iowa, and other sponsors I work with. Outdoor vendors will be on hand to demo hunting and outdoor gear all day as well. If you and your family are into hunting like I am, please mark August 24th on your calendar and join me at Sportsman's Warehouse for the first annual Iowa Hunting Appreciation Day from 10 to 3. I'll see you there.
Our local news, weather, traffic, and sports. Because we're all in it together on News Radio 10.
Steve, we can take it when if you play one more.
Okay, I was going to say you're back in 30. You want more?
Just do one more 30 and we'll be
We
good.
cover them all, plus all the rest. News Radio 1040 WHO.
All right, now you're back in 30.
Perfect.
Hear Van and Bonnie visit with the Donald, Thursday, August 1st at 7:35 in the morning on News Radio 1040. WHO.
Saturday morning live from 6 until 9 on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Welcome back. Jim Brinson along with Joe Stacy. We are live here at the Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. Good crowd on hand. Final regular season game for the Iowa Barnstormers. The top team in the league, Arizona Rattlers, are in town. The Rattlers at 14-3. The Stormers at 6-11. Let's give you the starting lineups, beginning first with the Arizona starters on offense. They are led by quarterback number 10, Nick Davila. Joe went into great detail on what he has done with 104 touchdowns and well over 4,000 yards. Odie Armstrong is the fullback. The wide receivers, number 15, Kerry Reed, number 1, Rod Windsor, and he is a super player in this league, and number 2, Maurice Purify. The tight end is Cornelius Dixon on that offensive line. Billy Eisenhart is the center, and the right guard is number 69, Michael Huey. The starting lineup offensively for the Iowa Barnstormers, it is J.J. Ratterink starting at quarterback. Also, Jesse Schmidt along with Marco Thomas, and it'll either be Marcus Harris or not Taryn Benton, I apologize on that. It'll be Simpson that will get an opportunity, and Darius Reynolds as well, who will work in and out of the wide receiver spot. Kai Brown, once again, will be the fullback. And on the offensive line, Parker Miller and Mike Garrity getting back into the lineup tonight for the Iowa Barnstormers.
Hey, Jimmy B, and you know, the old days of arena football, it was Iron Man. You played both sides of the ball. And as you mentioned tonight, Eric McIntosh was also taking some routes offensively. So, you know, I know that the Arena Football League has become much more specialized, and you have to do that to have a 21-man roster. And there's so many athletes in the league, but it should be interesting tonight to see what happens offensively. And last week the experiment didn't go that well, starting Brian Reeder in front of J.J. Ratterink. And we'll see what happens tonight at the Iowa Barnstormer wide receiver core. And boy, I tell you what, Marco Thomas, 1,500 yards, 30 touchdowns. He leads the way. Marcus Harris, and 1,100 yards, 19 touchdowns. Jesse Schmidt coming out and after a 3-game holdout has 20 touchdowns and 725 yards as we are just about ready for kick.
It'll be the Stormers who will kick off, and it will feature Russ Gortnall, who is in once again for Pravicius Sasha, out with a hamstring injury. Gortnall was solid last week in the game that he did in place Fabricia Sasha. All right, set to go in this game, and it'll be Arkeith Brown back to receive. Here's the kick. It's in the air. It's off the soft screen and into the stands. It'll be a touchback, and so there will be no opportunity for a return. And here comes Nick Davila and the Arizona Rattlers offense.
Yeah, that's a touchback. Again, in arena football, a 50-yard war to score. The midfield is 25-yard line. The out of bounds, and end zones are 48-inch, 4-foot-high dasher boards. The nets behind the end zones are 32 by 34 inches, and to kick a field goal, it's 9.5 feet wide, the uprights, and the crossbar 15 feet above the ground.
Set to go, Davila. Lefty flips it out on the far side. It is caught over there by Rod Windsor. Breaks a tackle at the 20, at the 5. Touchdown! Just like that, the top team in the Arena League. Rod Windsor, we talked about him in our pregame show remarks about what a terrific wide receiver he was. He caught it. It was only about an 8-yard throw. Broke a tackle at the 15-yard line. Got past midfield. Got through another tackle near the 20-yard line, and then streaked in the end zone for 6 points.
Good call. Rod Windsor has now over 1,500 yards receiving. That's his 40th touchdown. Very uninspired tackling by the Iowa Barnstormers. 2 missed tackles. Eric McIntosh looked like he was trying to tap him upside the head, tried to grab him around the shoulder pads, missed horribly.
All right, there's a movement at the line of scrimmage. Everybody jumping, and now we go to finger-pointing school. Mike Lewis extending his index finger, saying it's going that way, it's going that way. We'll see what the guys in the striped search say.
William Stokes.
It'll be offsides.
On William Stokes,
Yep.
the 6'5", 295-pounder out of
Not going to
Waldorf.
miss him.
No.
If he jumps, nobody's going to miss that. Garrett Lindholm is on for the extra point try, so they move the ball up a half yard. And Lindholm says he is ready. Here's the snap. Placement down, kick up, and he kicks it right through. So just like that, 1 play, 6 points, extra point, good. And the Rattlers are on the board. 13:30 to go in the first quarter of play. Arizona 7, Barnstormers nothing on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Hero to Hired is proud to support Iowa Barnstormers football. Hero to Hired is traveling cross-country to help returning service members connect with employers. The H2H program helps soldiers translate their military skills into matching civilian jobs. At Hero to Hired, we have everything you need to find a job, and the best part, it's free. So get started. Visit our website today at h2h.jobs. That's where you'll be able to browse by industry and even take our career assessment test. So head to h2h.jobs, and thank you for your support.
Casey's presents Famous People on Famous Pizza.
My name is Doyle Davids. I own Riverside's only radio station. My hours can be a little crazy, so I stop at Casey's General Store for fresh donuts in the morning and made-to-order pizza during the day. Because Casey's makes good stuff. That was my radio voice.
Casey's, famous for pizza. Order one today and see what everybody's talking about. Right now, get free cheese breadsticks when you buy any large pizza. Not valid with any other offer.
Set to go now. Kick is in the air, and it is off the dasher board and recovered down by the 1-yard line. Let's see if it ball bounced into the end zone. The Stormers have the football. Arizona was right on the spot. It was Jason Simpson who covered up on that play as the ball took a funny bounce off the support standards that have the net. So they will rule it. It is at the 3-yard line, and that is where the Barnstormer offense will begin. So J.J. Rattlers and company on the field for the first time.
And that's what you're looking for as a special teams on the kickoff unit. Try to get a funky bounce off that net. Jason Simpson, a sliding, gathering up the football, saving the Iowa Barnstormers there.
Set to go now as Rattlers up under center. Quick little flip pass. It goes to Marco Thomas at the 8. Breaks a tackle at the 10. Falls forward. He may have enough yardage for the first down, and he does as he is up at the 14-yard line, and they will move the chains.
Marco Thomas continues his great season, coming to the game with 1,543 yards, 30 touchdowns. Just a quick little dump off 3 yards upfield, and faking, baking, shaking. Found the first down marker, Virgil Gray, the 5'10", 190-pounder out of Rhode Island, making the stop.
Jesse Schmidt to the far side, Marcus Harris to the near side. In the slot is Marco Thomas. Now it'll be Schmidt in motion. He circles into the slot on the near side. Quick little flare pattern. They get it to Marco Thomas. Reverses his field. Goes to the far side of the field at the 20. sachets to the 21 and is finally hauled down there. So what looked out to be kind of a busted play turns up, picking up pretty good yardage.
Yeah, a little flip to the near side, right side flat. Marco Thomas tried to take it around the end, nothing there. Reversed his field, took it all the way over to the left side, picked up 9 yards, finally brought down by 6'3", 265-pounder Tyree Glasper.
Set to go now. Rattlers up under center. This time Marco Thomas will be the man in motion in the slot on the near side. Rattlers over the middle. Got Thomas again. Quick little juke move. It'll be enough yardage for the first down. He is past midfield and down to the 22-yard line of Arizona.
Marco Thomas, the 6-footer, 190-pounder out of Western Illinois, the leatherneck. He's been the go-to guy all season long. Again, hey, get that football to him in open space, and he will create, once again, Virgil Gray with the stop defensively, but not before the Barnstormers have it 1st and 10 at the Arizona 22-yard line.
This time, Jesse Schmidt will be the man in motion. Kai Brown is the running back. Schmidt on the far side. Rattlers gives it to Brown. It's a sweep around the far side of the field. Brown runs over a couple of players before he's finally pushed out of bounds at the 14-yard line of Arizona. So the Stormers doing exactly what they want to do. They are going with the short stuff down the field, then a running play. So what are they doing? Well, they're running time off the clock so Arizona can't get their offense on the field. Yeah. And now you're in the red zone and you try to put points on the board.
High percentage Kai Brown. Brown University doesn't carry the football often.
Set to go now. Thomas in the slot near side. Rattlers looking. He goes to the wing. It is caught by Marcus Harris. Slipped the tackle and falls forward down to the 9-yard line. They'll move the sticks. It'll be a first down for the Iowa Barnstormers.
Marcus Harris out of Murray State has over 1,200 yards. Nice little pitch. Nice catch. Brought down by Marquise Floyd, the 6-foot, 190-pounder out of West Georgia. And now the Barnstormers have it 1st and goal at the 9-yard line in business. I love the high percentage stuff, kid.
Looking good right now. Down to 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. It is 7-0 Arizona. They scored on their first play on offense. Rattlers, they run to Brown, this time near side. Nothing there. They ran to the short side of the field, and it was bottled up pretty quickly. Pittman was there. Hawthorne was there. Glasper was there.
Marquise Pittman, defensive lineman, 6'5", 290 out of Troy. Little student body right pitch to Kai Brown for the Iowa Barnstormers. He's 6'3", 250, and there was nothing fooled there. And as a matter of fact, it lost a yard. And the Barnstormers have it as the ball sits at the 10-yard line of Arizona.
So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 10 for the Iowa Barnstormers. This has been their problem that they have had in this current losing skid. They get in the red zone and then can't get the ball in the end zone. Rattlers looking, has time, now pressure, and he's going down. And just like that, the offensive line kind of runs out of steam right there as Rattlers looked over the middle. There was good secondary coverage, and he ended up taking the sack.
Good secondary coverage, good call, and Marcus Pittman comes up, gets the stop as he just makes another play. But Kai Brown in arena football, he's the fullback and the 4th blocker. He was standing around watching the play. J.J. Rattlers has to have that time clock in his head. He should have moved out of the pocket, didn't. Should have got rid of the football, didn't. Sack.
Set to go now as the Barnstormers are back at the 16-yard line of Arizona. Rattlers looking for Jesse Schmidt. It was into the corner of the end zone, and Schmidt didn't turn fast enough. And now a little rough stuff going on to the far side of the field, but it is quickly separated by the officials. It goes as an incomplete pass, and there is no flag on the field as well.
And you have to run crisp routes in arena football. Jesse Schmidt was on a fly route, then he broke it off to a fade route, corner of the end zone, and Jesse Schmidt's routes just aren't crisp and clean. The ball was thrown to a spot. Jesse Schmidt just didn't get there.
All right, so this is a familiar position for the Iowa Barnstormers. They get into the red zone and struggle to score, and here we are now, 4th down, ball at the 16-yard line, and it is 4th and goal. Rattlers, 5-step drop, under some pressure, rolls to the far side, throws it into the end zone, intercepted in the end zone, and then brought out to about the 4-yard line. It is picked off there by Marquise Floyd.
Marquise Floyd made a nice break on the football. The 6'5", 195-pounder. The ball was intended for Iowa Barnstormer Marquise Harris in the front of the end zone. Jesse Schmidt was running for his life, had pressure on the backside, and Jesse Schmidt on the night throws his 16th interception on the season, rather. And the Iowa Barnstormers, as you well chronicled, kid, they move the football, they get inside the red zone, and 4th down conversions this year under 37%, and that's not going to get it done in arena football.
So now one of the top offenses in the league, the Arizona Rattlers, will be on the field. A break in the action will do the same right now at 7:58 of the first quarter. 7-0 Arizona leads on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Barnstormer proud. Four Corners Photography is proud to be the official photography of your Iowa Barnstormers. Veteran owned and operated. Four Corners specializes in sports.
Yes.
Senior pictures.
Stay with me on this. This may only be a minute. Game's on TV tonight. You can watch it. It's on 22.
Okay.
The first time. Call 515.
I'm just watching the red hat now to see what happens.
515-745-1639. Barnstormers proud. Four Corners Photography.
You have the power to reach your goals, build a new future, recharge your dreams. Knowledge is power, and at UIU.edu, the power is always on. UIU.edu, it's real education for real change. The kind of education that will energize your life in ways you never thought possible. Classes start every 8 weeks at the UIU Domain Center. Applying is easy. UIU.edu, turning your power on.
People on famous.
Okay, you're back in 30, and this is the full break.
Only female demolition derby driver in Harrison County. Before I put the hammer down, I like to fuel up with Casey's homemade to-go pizza. With fresh meats and vegetables all on made-from-scratch dough, it's definitely worth the ride.
Casey's, famous for pizza. Order one today and see what everybody's talking about. Right now, get any large specialty pizza for just $13.99. Not valid with any other offer.
Van and Bonnie in the morning. Join us on News Radio 1040 WHO.
We pick it up quickly as Davila throws to Poots. Number 12, Tyson Poots makes the catch. It's out past the 15-yard line, now spotted at the 16. Set to go now, another first down. Nick Davila has time on the far side of the field, and he's got his man. Guess who? Number 1, Rod Windsor at the 15-yard line, and there is nobody there to stop him as he walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Nick Davila, the Kenny, the Snake Stabler back there, the left-hander, just a two-step drop, planted through, had his wide receiver Rod Windsor on the far side of the field on a fly route, beat Eric McIntosh. McIntosh went for the interception, was beat badly, and it all started with the great protection up front for the Arizona Rattlers. They are a complete Arena Football League team.
They are, and they're making it look very easy now against the Iowa Barnstorm. Remember, they were beaten last week by Chicago, so...
Wake-up call.
Yes, it was. They don't want to come into the playoffs with back-to-back losses. The extra point is up and good by Lindholm. And just like that, it's 6:27 to go in the first quarter of play. Rattlers 14, Stormers nothing. Right here on News Radio 1040 WHO.
When you're in the kitchen with pork, you might feel like the host
Three
of your own
plays.
cooking show.
Offensively,
Sprinkle on a
lead 14
spice
and up.
rub for an amazing Cuban pork tenderloin. Slather on a simple glaze for sweet and tangy barbecue pork chops. Your creative side in touch with your hungry side. So be fearless, be fresh, and have fun with pork. And don't forget to hold for the applause. Discover more at porkbeinspired.com. Pork, be inspired.
Hey, Barnstormer fans, Coach's Pizza is proud to support your team. Located in the West Glen Town Center, Coach's Pizza prepares their dough fresh daily and a sauce that's out of this world, all natural ingredients. One of the specialty pizzas could be one of your favorites.
Guy.
Coach Hohensy's favorite, the Coach.
Mediocre at best.
Pasta, salads, and more. Carry-out, delivery,
Used to be better. Things have gone south.
Opportunities abound. Stop by, call them, 223-2233. Tell them Coach Hohensy sent you.
Back in 30.
Physiotherapy Associates is the official sports medicine provider for the Iowa Barnstormers. Physiotherapy Associates leads all others in athletic training and sports medicine services in central Iowa. 7 locations in the Des Moines Metro. Physiotherapy Associates can assist you with your physical therapy, sports medicine, and hand therapy needs. If the pros trust them, so can you. Find out more online, physiocorp.com, and go Barnstormers.
Hi, folks. This is Van here. Join Bonnie and me mornings on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Welcome back, Wells Fargo Arena. The Rattlers on the board twice already, and each time it's Nick Davila, the quarterback, to the wide receiver Rod Windsor. The first time they scored, 45 yards, and just a moment ago it was Davila to Windsor again, 34 yards. It is 14-0 in favor of the Rattlers. Set to go with the ensuing kickoff. Lindholm approaches and lifts it up into the air, and Marcus Harris is going to have a chance out of the end zone. He's got it. Out to the 5, makes a cut there. Harris at the 10, the kicker to beat at the 20, and then finally runs out of real estate as he crosses the 20-yard line up to the 23, and the Stormers offense will have good field position.
Yeah, Damon Merkerson, the kicker, came up, made the stop just before midfield at the 23-yard line. And great blocking up front. Jason Simpson had some help as well, but hey, it's all about blocking, making that contact. And Maurice Harris made the most of it, found the seam, and the Barnstormers have great field position here. Need a score on this possession.
6 minutes to go in the first quarter of play. 14-0 in favor of the Rattlers. Stormers with J.J. Ratterink up under center. Motion man slot near side. That's Marco Thomas. Ratterink looking for him. Ball slid out of his hands, and it's intercepted again. And going down the near sideline, trying to get to the end zone, and doing so is the defensive back, Virgil Gray. The ball slipped out of Ratterink's hands. It did not get to the wide receiver, and it was Gray who stepped in, picked it off, and returned it for 6 points.
Those are NFL skills, kid. The Iowa Barnstormer wide receiver Marcus Harris was on a fly route down the near sideline at the 5-yard line, and out of the secondary, Virgil Gray, the 5'10", 190-pounder out of Rhode Island, leaps in the air, runs up against the dasher boards, comes down with the football, and that's his 14th pick, a pick 6. That guy means business, and the Arizona Rattlers lead 20-0, pouring it on the Barnstormers tonight.
That means Garrett Lindholm is back on for the extra point opportunity. He's been perfect so far. Here's the snap, placement down, kick is up, and it is good once again. 4:53 to go in the first quarter of play. The Rattlers 21, Barnstormers nothing on News Radio 1040 WHO.
There's a place in the neighborhood where the folks are friendly and the food is good. The Okoboji Grill. It's the place where good friends meet.
If you haven't been to Okoboji Grill lately, you're missing out. Okoboji has Des Moines' best happy hour and the best prices too. From 3 to 6:30 p.m., enjoy $1.75 pints, $2 bottles, and $2 well drinks. Plus pay half price on cheese sticks, nachos, and chicken bites. Okoboji also has a late night happy hour.
Try out Boji's new menu featuring buffalo shrimp, sliders, Baja burrito, the Boji Belch, and the East Lake burger topped with an egg, plus sweet and spicy shrimp.
Listen for details on Boji's Barnstormer Bash, where you can meet players and win prizes and game tickets. Okoboji Grill
Let
in
me have it
Johnston,
right after
Ankeny,
this.
Pleasant Hill, Southeast 14th and Ames.
The Okoboji Grill. It's the place where good friends meet.
Welcome back as we get ready on the ensuing kickoff. Marcus Harris back again, and he's going to have a chance to field it. It is a short kick. Harris in the end zone. Just like last time, to the 5-yard line. Breaks a tackle there, squirms away from another would-be tackler, and finally hauled down at the 9-yard line. And the offense will come back out onto the field for the Iowa Barnstormers. They trail 21-0. It is all Arizona here in the first quarter.
Yeah, number 91, Dillon. I don't see him on the roster for the Arizona Rattlers. And that's going to be on Arizona, so the Iowa Barnstormers will have better field position. They'll march that thing up past the 16, 17, at the 19-yard line of their own. So the Barnstormers catch a break here. Let's see if J.J. Ratterink can gain some confidence here. He needs to drop back, plant, and be decisive about where he's going to throw the football. That last pick, there was a lot of air underneath it. It was pretty wobbly as well.
Well, it slipped out of his hands, and it turned out to be a very costly slip because it was picked off by Gray and returned for 6 points. Ratterink up under center. It's Marco Thomas in the slot. Ratterink, 5-step drop. Looking. Wants to go deep. Lofts it up for Darius Money Reynolds, and he had it and then lost it on a defensive play at the last moment. Getting in there to knock the ball away was Marquise Floyd. Reynolds went high in the air, and Floyd matched him and batted it down.
Yeah, Darius Reynolds, 6'2", Iowa State Cyclone on a fly route down the left side. Marquise Floyd, 6 foot, so you got the matchup you like. J.J. Ratterink dropped back, had plenty of time to throw the football, thought he should have got rid of it just a little bit earlier. It was a jump ball, and guess who won it? The defensive back for the Arizona Rattlers. Great defensive play.
Set to go now. It'll be Harris, the man in motion near side. Ratterink again, the 5-step drop. Has time, now has to unload it. Does so, and this time he just throws it into the stands. A penalty marker flies.
It could be a personal foul on Arizona Rattlers. He buried J.J. Ratterink, and Dylan is all I have. We don't have him on the roster, Jimmy B, unless you do. And he's a big kid on the defensive line. Looks like he's about 6'4", 260. And there's flags all over the field in the offensive. Okay, so they're going to pick up the flags. They're going to say J.J. Ratterink was out of the pocket.
Yeah, he was scrambling.
Yep.
So then it was a legal hit. Once you break that area around the tackles and start to scramble away, then you become just another player with the football. Set to go now. Ratterink up under center. Marcus Harris, the motion man, as he dumps into the slot on the near side. They go to Harris. He makes the catch at the 15-yard line, inside the 10, still on his feet, and finally thrown down at the 5-yard line. And the Stormers got a little something going finally.
Yeah, J.J. Ratterink dropped back the pass, had a little pocket, 2-step drop planted, and on a flag route across the middle at the 15-yard line, hit Marcus Harris. Nice pitch, nice catch. Now the Barnstormers are in business at the 6-yard line, down 21-0. Tackle was made by none other than Virgil Gray for the Arizona Rattlers.
They come to the line of scrimmage. Stormers with Darius Reynolds, the man in motion on the far side. Ratterink up under center. They run straight ahead. Kai Brown's got it, this time inside the 5-yard line. Then he's pushed back. His forward progress will get him down to about the 4-yard line.
Nothing there but a little student body right off right tackle. Kai Brown, the 6'3", 250-pounder out of Brown University, took the handoff for the Iowa Barnstormers and was brought down by 6'3", 265-pounder out of North Carolina A&T, Tyree Glasper.
Set to go now for the Stormers as we hit the 2-minute mark. Ball at the 4-yard line. Second down. They throw into the end zone. It's up into the air. They went for Reynolds, and a marker will fly as the defensive back gets up quickly to argue, and that is number 19, Marquise Floyd. We will wait and see if indeed it is a pass interference call and if it's on the defense. Both players battling for the football.
Yeah, that was just a quick pitch in the end zone against the far side dasher boards. Darius Reynolds went up for it, and at the same time, so did the defender.
It will be against Arizona.
That's a break for the Iowa Barnstormers, and it'll put the football inside the 5-yard line.
Down at the 2.
Iowa Barnstormers have to score here, down 21-0 with 1:41 left to go here in the first quarter against the best team in arena football.
They are, and they have shown it so far with a 21-0 advantage. Down to 1:30 to go in the first quarter of play. Reynolds, the motion man. Ratterink gives it to Kai Brown. Looking for running room, and he's going to get thrown back. He got back near the line of scrimmage. Probably lost about a half-yard as the clock continues to wind down.
Tyree Glasper along with Anetja Hawthorne, 6 foot, 340-pounder out of Wisconsin. A Big Ten player there, and Tyree Glasper, again, 6'3", 265 for the Arizona Rattlers on the defensive line. Again, a little student body pitch to the left, and Kai Brown getting more running attempts here tonight than he has all season long at fullback. Of course, fullback in arena football, somewhat of the fourth blocker, only 3 down linemen in arena football, 8 on 8.
Second down and goal. They run this time, and they give it off to Marco Thomas as he came from the wide receiver spot and sliced into the end zone. Touchdown, Barnstormers. Oh, it's my prerogative, and I can do what I want to do.
Marco Thomas has his 5th rushing touchdown of the season. That'll put him over 126 yards on the ground. Give credit to Big Mike Garrity, getting out, kicking out the defensive end on the right side, the 6'6", 315-pounder out of Eastern Illinois for the Iowa Barnstormers, creating the space for Marco Thomas to get into the end zone.
Set to go now. Gortnall is on for the extra point try. High snap. Kick is up, and he missed it off the left screen. A big rush was put on that time by Cliff Dukes, the defensive lineman. He almost got a piece of it, and the kick misses off the left screen. 6 seconds to go in the first quarter. Rattlers 21, Stormers 6. News Radio 1040 WHO.
Are you sick of spending your green to be green? Well, at SPI Appliance Recycling Center, you don't have to pay to recycle your unwanted appliances. We accept refrigerators, freezers, washers, dryers, air conditioners, ovens, furnaces, and more. Just bring your unwanted appliances to SPI Appliance Recycling Center at 918 Southeast 21st Street in Des Moines. Call us at 515-263-8000 or visit us online, scrapprocessorsiowa.com. SPI Recycling Center. No charge, no hassle, no problem.
People on famous pizza.
My name is Doyle Davids. I own Riverside's only radio station. My hours can be a little crazy, so I stop at Casey's General Store for fresh donuts in the morning and made-to-order pizza during the day. Because Casey's makes good stuff. That was my radio voice.
Casey's, famous for pizza. Order one today and see what everybody's talking about. Right now, get free cheese breadsticks when you buy any large pizza. Not valid with any other offer.
Barnstormers.
Be back in 30.
Corners Photography is proud to be the official photography of your Iowa Barnstormers. Veteran-owned and operated, Four Corners specializes in sports, portraits, senior pictures, corporate events, and concerts. Got photographic needs? Well, Four Corners will provide personal service and quality work done right the first time. Call 515-745-1639. That's 515-745-1639. Barnstormers proud. Four Corners Photography.
Farm news and weather mornings on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Welcome back. We're downtown in Des Moines at the Wells Fargo Arena. 21-6 in favor of the Rattlers. Gortnall boots it, and Arkeith Brown is back to receive as he plays it in the end zone. Breaks out at the 5-yard line. He's got a little running room past the 10, up to the 15, maybe the 16. Nope, they say he stepped out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
That'll come back. That's going to be a block in the back by Arizona. Virgil Gray is going to be busted for block in the back there. And again, number 30 for the Iowa Barnstormers not on the roster. I don't see him. Oh. Okay, I saw a clear block in the back, so did the fans, and something else was called. Unreal. Virgil Gray completely got away with one there, and
well, we'll discuss it when we come back. It's the end of the first quarter, and it is Rattlers 21, Iowa Barnstormers 6. News Radio 1040 WHO.
You have the power to reach your goals, build a new future, recharge your dreams. Knowledge is power, and at UIU.edu, the power is always on. UIU.edu.
Flag was thrown right in that area, too.
Yeah. The kind of education that will energize your life in ways you've never thought possible. Classes start every 8 weeks at the UIU Domain Center. Applying is easy. UIU.edu. Turn your power on.
Casey's presents famous people on famous pizza.
I'm Janet Hughes, the first and only female demolition derby driver in Harrison County. Before I put the hammer down, I like to fuel up with Casey's homemade.
You've been hollering at me.
Nope, not at all.
Okay. I didn't have you in queue.
Dough, it's definitely worth the ride.
Casey's, famous for pizza. Order one today and see what everybody's talking about. Right now, get any large special.
Antron Dillon, number 91 for those guys.
Okay.
Not valid with any other offer.
When you're in
Back in 30.
Antron Dillon.
Feel like the host of your own cooking show. Sprinkle on a spice rub for an amazing Cuban pork tenderloin. Slather on a simple glaze for sweet and tangy barbecue pork chops. Your creative side in touch with your hungry side. So be fearless, be fresh, and have fun with pork. And don't forget to hold for the applause. Discover more at porkbeinspired.com. Pork, be inspired.
Number 20.
Jan Michelson, weekdays from 9 until 11:30 on WHO Radio.
Welcome back, everybody, as we continue here from Wells Fargo Arena, beginning of the second quarter. Arizona 21, Iowa 6. Arizona on the board. 2 touchdown passes by Nick Davila to Rod Windsor. First one 45 yards, the next one 34 yards. Then Virgil Gray with a 45-yard interception return as he picked off J.J. Rattering. And then the Stormers on the board as Marco Thomas raced in from 2 yards out, and the kick was missed.
New defensive lineman, a new player on the roster, Ronnie Nelson, 6'1", 264-pounder out of Iowa State University. He's going to line up on the defensive line there with William Stokes and Odrick Ray. Looks like Mike Lewis might line up as a MAC linebacker, and will.
He has lined up now as a linebacker. Set to go now. Nick Davila is up under center. And motion at the line of scrimmage. And flags fly. Davila's down. And we will wait and see if the Stormers were drawn off.
William Stokes.
Well,
had a nice
he's pleading his case. He's pleading his case big time. And the officials still discussing, and here comes the call. It'll be against the Iowa Barnstormers. Once again, big William Stokes just a tad bit early as he made his push.
Is that your version of Bob Uecker?
Just a bit outside. Just a tad bit early.
He actually jabbed the center, and the center went backwards and tripped up the quarterback. So that is what the mind's eye view play was of that last one. So the Arizona Rattlers left to right in your mind's eye view at midfield, 25-yard line.
Set to go now. Tyson Poots will be the receiver who's in motion in the slot on the far side. They run the ball. Armstrong's got it, crossed the midfield mark, and then a big hit that time delivered by Ronnie Nelson, who's just got into the contest.
And Nelson, a tremendous play there. William Stokes was around the football as well. Hey, just a little pitch, student body left. Odie Armstrong, 6', 260-pounder out of Northwest Oklahoma State. I called his games when he played Upper Iowa a couple times. That's a big fullback and a nice tackle by the Barnstormers.
Set to go for Davila. Back to the throw. He's got a 5-step drop. Got a man open, and it is caught by Purify as he is inside the 10, down to the 5, and then pushed out of bounds there.
Just a quick little high percentage pass downfield on the near sideline. Purify, 6'4", 235. Jason Simpson there to make the stop, 6'1", 198-pounder. Purify got lower than the lowest and trucked Jason Simpson, but Jason Simpson bumped him up against the dasher boards, made the stop. 1st and goal, Arizona.
Once again, the Rattlers in scoring position. Every time they've had the ball, they have put 6 on the board into the end zone, and it was overthrown that time by Davila. He had a man open in the corner of the end zone on the left side. That was wide receiver Kerry Reed.
Yeah, Kerry Reed, again, has had a tremendous year as well. Just under 1,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, a little fade route to the far side end zone, and Reed was dragging, and the left-hander Davila just let him a little bit too much in the back of the end zone.
So Davila back into the huddle now after conferring with his head coach on the far side. This time it'll be Purify who's the motion man, far side of the field. Davila back to throw, lefty looking into the middle of the end zone, and it is incomplete as he tried to force that one in there, and Jason Simpson had pretty good coverage that time on Purify.
Great call, Jimmy B. Jason Simpson, again, they went back to Maurice Purify, 6'4" against 6'1". Jason Simpson, all Big 12 performer out in the Missouri Tiger. He's an AFL veteran. Simpson wasn't having any of it. Too much mustard that time on the ball by Davila.
So that'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line for Arizona. Davila back to throw. Under some pressure, wings it out. It's caught and then fumbled and then recovered again on the play right at the 1-yard line. It was caught over there by Kerry Reed, then knocked free by Taryn Benton, and then Reed fell on the football right at the 1.
Yeah, Davila wanted to go back to Purify in the back of the end zone. Simpson had the coverage, so Davila, you don't see it very much in arena football, looked off his first receiver, then went to the far side end zone. Taryn Benton knocked the football away. Kerry Reed, great presence of mind, the 6'2", 210-pounder out of Michigan State, hauled it in. Here we go at the 1-yard line, 4th and goal for Arizona.
Set to go, see if the Stormer defense can hold. They run the football and they're going nowhere. The Stormers D comes up big time. Armstrong trying to go to the right side, and there was nothing there. The Stormers defense storms back, and now the offense for Iowa onto the field.
Fullback Odie Armstrong, the 6'1", 260-pounder out of Northwest Oklahoma State. Student body pitch right. And Mike Lewis, the 6'2", 250-pounder out of Adrian College, the D3 player. The first team All-AFL defensive lineman was there. Jason Simpson, out of his secondary position, shot the gap and thwarted the touchdown for the Arizona Rattlers. Hey, that could have been a game saver. Definitely a big defensive stop for the Black Storm defense.
Set to go now. Ball at the 4-yard line of Iowa. The motion man, Jesse Schmidt, here on the near side. Rattering flips it out quickly to Schmidt. He makes the catch past the 5-yard line and then is pushed out of bounds up around the dasher boards at the 10. So they pick up some good yardage and get away from the end zone.
Jesse Schmidt, last year AFL wide receiver of the year, was second in the AFL voting for Arena Football League player of the year. Held out 2-3 games this year and hasn't had a very productive year by his standards. 725 yards, 20 touchdowns. Nice pitch, nice catch for a 5-yard gain on that play.
Second down for the Stormers at their own 10. Thomas, the man in motion. Rattling 5-step drop, has time, flips it out. It is knocked away at the last moment by Virgil Gray as he laid out for it beautifully. The pass was intended for Marco Thomas.
Hey, every time he's got a target on his back, Marco Thomas was out there at the 20-yard line in the far side flat, and Virgil Gray read the quarterback perfectly, ran to it, made a break on it, dove for the football, almost had the interception. Great defensive play by Virgil Gray. That kid can do it all. The 5'10", 190-pounder out of Rhode Island.
21-6, Rattlers lead. We are down to 10:30 to go until we get to halftime. Schmidt is the motion man in the slot far side. Rattlering over the middle, knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and that was Big Cliff Dukes who got up there and got his big paw on it and knocked it down.
Hey, there's a couple Michigan State Spartans on this roster. Cliff Dukes, 6'4", 295-pounder, as you said, on the left side of that 3-man defensive line. Hey, if you can't get to the quarterback, you get your big, tall arms up in that passing lane, and that's what Dukes did and knocked the football down. Incomplete pass.
So now the Stormers, with 4th down, at the 10-yard line, they need to get to the 14. So it is 4th and 4. Harris to the far side. Set to go now as penalty markers fly. They go deep to Marco Thomas, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by Virgil Gray. Gray back at midfield. Goes to the far side of the field, makes a cut there. He dives for the end zone. Did he get in? Touchdown, Rattlers. Virgil Gray, but there are penalty flags littering the field, so hold everything right here.
Yeah, on the interception return, Kai Brown was blocked in the back for the Iowa Barnstormers. Virgil Gray, his 15th interception, his 3rd pick 6, if it stands. I don't think it will.
It was offside on the Iowa Barnstormers. The penalty is nullified. The score will stand. And just like that, the Rattlers jump out to a 27-6 advantage over the Barnstormers with the extra point to come.
2 pick 6s tonight for Arizona. Virgil Gray has both of them. Again, wrap your brain around this. 15 picks on the year, 3 of them returned back for touchdowns. Virgil Gray flat out means business defensively. That kid is going to get a look in a lot of NFL camps. I don't know why he wouldn't. He runs a 4.3. He can jump out the arena and just has tremendous ball skills.
Set to go now with the extra point try. Garrett Lindholm is on. The snap is good. Placement down. Kick is up, and he kicks it right through. So 8:48 to go until halftime. It's Arizona 28, Iowa 6 on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Hey, Barnstormer fans, Coach's Pizza is proud to support your team. Located in the West Glen Town Center, Coach's Pizza prepares their dough fresh daily and a sauce that's out of this world, all natural ingredients. One of the specialty pizzas could be one of your favorites. Coach Hohensy's favorite, the Coach. Sandwiches, pasta, salads, and more. Carry-out, delivery, and catering opportunities abound. Stop by, call them, 223-2233. Tell them Coach Hohensy sent you.
Physiotherapy Associates is the official sports medicine provider for the Iowa Barnstormers. Physiotherapy Associates leads all others in athletic training and sports medicine services in central Iowa. 7 locations in the Des Moines Metro. Physiotherapy Associates can assist you with your physical therapy, sports medicine, and hand therapy needs. If the pros trust them, so can you. Find out more online, physiocorp.com, and go Barnstormers.
Broadcast.
Back in 30.
Neighborhood Hub, Sports and Grub, 86th Street in Urbandale. It's the Barnstormers Weekly Radio Show. Tuesday night, 6 to 7 on 1460.
One thing about building the breaks one at a time is you don't have to worry about getting behind.
There you go.
Coach Mike Hohensee, along with featured Iowa Barnstormer players. Be part of the fun every Tuesday night from 6 to 7. Then stick around from 7 to 9 as we give away great prizes along with Barnstormer players cards and more. Great food and drink specials all night long. The Barnstormers Weekly Radio Show. Tuesday, 6 to 7 at Overtime on 1460 KXNO.
I'm Mark Allen with sports, weekday mornings on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Welcome back. We are live here at the Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. It's all Arizona. They lead at 28-6 over the Iowa Barnstormers. The defensive star of the game so far is defensive back Virgil Gray from the Rattlers. He has a 45-yard interception for a touchdown, and now a 40-yard interception for a touchdown.
Yeah, Virgil Gray is just a tremendous athlete for the Arizona Rattlers. This Arizona team is the real deal.
They are.
I look for them to go deep into the playoffs and be in the Arena Bowl once again.
Set to go. Marcus Harris back to receive the kick. It is in the air, and once again, it's going to be a little short, and it's going to be controlled by Harris. At the 5-yard line, breaks the tackle there, tries to spin away, and falls forward up to the 10, and that is where the Stormers will come back out onto the field, and they will put the offense into motion.
Damon Merkelson with the special team staff for the Arizona Rattlers, the 6'1", 195-pounder, the Orangeman out of Syracuse University with the special team stop. And now the Iowa Barnstormer offense trots out onto the field down 28-6 with 8:35 left to go in the first half. Hey, this is what, you know what? This is gut check time. You know, you can either fold or rise to the occasion here and stay in this football game. And to do that, you need to move the football and score some points.
Down to 8:20 to go until we get to halftime. Rattlers up under center. Motion man in the slot far side. Marco Thomas. Pressure on Rattlers. He tries to get away. He can't do it, and he's going to be knocked down at the 5-yard line. Big number 77, the defensive lineman Hawthorne, put the pounding on him.
Mr. Hawthorne, the 6', 340-pounder out of Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Badger was there, and the kid Cliff Dukes gets credit for forcing J.J. Ratterink out of the pocket, moved to the left side, and in position was Hawthorne, and wraps up J.J. Ratterink for a 5-yard sack. Barnstormers faced at their own 5-yard line, right to left operate, backs against the wall.
Set to go now. It'll be 2nd down and 15 from the Stormers' 5. Ratterink out of his own end zone has time. It's knocked up in the air, and it'll fly into the seats. And the fan has a souvenir football right there.
J.J. Ratterink did everything he was supposed to do, pedaled back in his own end zone, moved to the near side, got his footwork straight, and then threw the football to the near side flat. Guess who was there? Again, Dukes for the Arizona Rattlers. Defensive lineman had his hands up, knew he wasn't going to get to the quarterback, but fundamentals are very sound for this Arizona Rattler squad.
They are. They're a very well-coached team and a team that has a lot of talent. Set to go now. It'll be 3rd down and 15 from the 5-yard line of Iowa. Back to throw again out of his own end zone and under pressure. Rattlers runs away from it and then throws it down the field, and it'll be an incomplete pass. J.J. Ratterink just running for his life.
J.J. Ratterink that time could have commercial for Depends because he literally could have left it on the field there. Cliff Dukes, unblocked, 6'4", 295-pounder out of Michigan State, was in his face. J.J. had planted and then had to move his feet once again. Great footwork to elude the sack, and as you said, just threw it downfield. Incomplete.
That means it's 4th down, and at the 5-yard line of Iowa, they need to pick up 15 in order to get a first down and maintain possession. Ratterink again out of his own end zone. This time he has time, slings it out over the middle, and it is incomplete. He went to Marcus Harris right at the sticks, but Our Keith Brown was there to knock it down. It'll be an incomplete pass, and the Stormers will turn it over on downs at the 5-yard line of Iowa.
Our Keith Brown, nice positioning as the ball was thrown against the grain upfield, right to left inside the hash marks at the 22-yard line from the Iowa Barnstormer end zone. J.J. Raderick did a nice job, had protection, and just a great defensive play in the secondary for the Arizona Rattlers. There's not a weak aspect of their game, Jimmy B.
Set to go now as Nick Davila brings the offense to the line of scrimmage for the Arizona Rattlers. Rod Windsor, the motion man, as he breaks into the slot on the far side. The lefty back to throw over the middle is tipped up into the air, and now a flag flies. It goes incomplete. Brown was there as well as Taryn Benton, but let's see what the hanky on the field is.
That should be defensive out of position. Jack linebacker.
It'll be holding on the Iowa Barnstormers.
On Kai
so
Brown.
It's an automatic first down, and they move the ball down inside the 3-yard line of the Stormers.
28-6. Rattlers looking to increase their lead here with 5:36 left to go in the first half.
Set to go now, Davila trying to go into the end zone, and it is caught in the corner of the end zone. A spectacular catch by Tyson Poots, who has fans here in the stands.
Tyson Poots, just a release to the back of the end zone, not a whole lot of space, but Davila, the left-hander, dropped back, threw it to a spot. Jason Simpson was headed to the receiver and could have got busted for shielding, never turned around to see the football, and Poots grabbed the pigskin with two of those big hands of his, ran up against the dasher boards and held on to it. 6 points for the Rattlers. They are incredible, tremendous Arena Football League team.
An offensive machine. They're at 34, looking for 35. The extra point try is coming up right now. The kick is up, and it is good. So at 4:45 to go until we get to halftime, it's Arizona 35, Iowa Barnstormers 6, right here on News Radio 1040 WHO.
There's a place in the neighborhood where the folks are friendly and the food is good. The Okoboji Grill. It's the place where good friends meet.
If you haven't been to Okoboji Grill lately, you're missing out. Okoboji has Des Moines' best happy hour and the best prices, too. From 3 to 6:30 p.m., enjoy $1.75 pints, $2
You go with
bottles,
Brian Reeder
and
now.
$2 well drinks. Plus, pay half price on cheese sticks,
Doesn't have a
nachos,
choice.
and chicken bites. Okoboji also has a late-night happy hour. Try out Boji's new menu featuring buffalo shrimp, sliders, Baja burrito, the Boji Belch, and the East Lake burger topped with an egg, plus sweet and spicy shrimp. Listen for details on Boji's Barnstormer Bash, where you can meet players and win prizes and game tickets. Okoboji Grill in Johnston, Ankeny, Pleasant Hill, Southeast 14th, and Ames.
Okoboji Grill. It's the place where good friends meet.
Heroes of Hired is proud to support Iowa Barnstormers football.
Back in 30.
Yeah.
Free to help returning service members.
As soon as I get you guys back, I'm going to head for the coffee pot.
Okay.
Soldiers translate their military skills into matching civilian jobs. At Heroes of Hired, we have everything you need to find a job, and the best part, it's free. So get started. Visit our website today at h2h.jobs. That's where you'll be able to browse by industry, and you can take our career assessment test. So head to h2h.jobs, and thank you for your support.
I'm Simon Conway, weekdays at 4 on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Welcome back, Wells Fargo Arena, here on News Radio 1040 WHO. It's all Arizona, 35-6 over the Iowa Barnstormers. Tyson Poots with a 2-yard reception from quarterback Nick Davila. And just like that, Arizona's blown this game wide open. Set to go now, ensuing kickoff. Marcus Harris back to receive in the end zone for the Iowa Barnstormers. Garrett Lindholm approaches and lofts it high. This one will carry off the left screen, fielded there in the end zone by Harris. At the 5-yard line, cuts back and then is cut down right at the 5, and that is where the Stormers offense will come onto the field, and it will feature a new quarterback as Brian Reeder out of Idaho has replaced J.J. Rattering.
Yeah, what kind of happens in baseball, Tyson Poots, again, when you make a play in the field and then you come up to bat, you get a hit. Tyson Poots scores a touchdown and then comes back on special teams and wraps up the Iowa Barnstormer special team return man Marcus Harris with the stop at the 5-yard line. Here comes Brian Reeder, the 6'3", 220-pounder out of Idaho. Came on last week, started against Utah, had a very poor performance. Let's see how he bounces back. This is a big night for him. Hey, his stock could increase a great deal.
If he can put points on the board, set to go now. Darius Reynolds in the slot. It is Jesse Schmidt, the motion man. Back to throw. Reeder, first play, gets hit as he throws, but he completes it to Darius Reynolds, who will pick up a couple on the play. He had to come back to get the football because it wasn't thrown that well because Reeder was going down as he let it go.
Yeah, the defensive line, Marcus Pittman and Mr. Hawthorne and Traje Hawthorne, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, both of them just bull rushing that offensive line back to Brian Reeder. Brian Reeder had no separation, barely got rid of the football, almost ended up being a sack and a safety. So the Iowa Barnstormer offensive line really needs to get lower than the lowest here. They're getting throttled up front.
Well, a pickup of a couple on the play. Reeder is up under center. Schmidt will be the man in motion. Reeder swings it out to Schmidt here on the near side. Makes the catch past the 10, tries to get up near the 15. They'll give him to the 14. He's going to be a yard shy of the first down marker.
Hey, Jesse Schmidt, the big kid out of Buena Vista, 6'3", 225-pounder, just a little quick pitch to the near side. Flat and was sandwiched in the secondary there. Virgil Gray again around the football, and now the Barnstormers third and manageable at their own 14-yard line. Need to get to the 15 for a first down 35-6.
Set to go now as Reeder comes to the line of scrimmage. Stormers with two receivers to the far side. Jesse Schmidt on the near side, and he is in motion. They run the football straight ahead. Reeder ran into Brown. Luckily, they didn't fumble it, but the play went nowhere. It went backwards.
Marcus Pittman again getting the lower than the lowest on the defensive line, just blowing through the Iowa Barnstormer offensive line. The ball was handed off to Kai Brown. Kai Brown was then met by Marcus Pittman, the 6'5", 290-pounder out of Troy, at the very same time. So again, the Iowa Barnstormers now looking at fourth down and 3 to go after the 2-yard loss. Iowa Barnstormers have yet to convert a fourth down conversion tonight.
We're down to 2:20 to play in the first half. It'll be Reynolds, the motion man, slot on the far side. Back to throw. Reeder looking, lost it down for Reynolds. He's got it at the 10, 5, touchdown, Barnstormers. It's Darius Money Reynolds.
Darius Reynolds just on a fly route on the far side hash mark, beat his defender. Virgil Gray that time stepped up and a nice lofty pass, a little teardrop rainbow spiral by Brian Reeder. And Darius Money Reynolds has his 14th touchdown reception of the year, and that'll put him close to 600 yards on the season as well. He's been hampered by injuries, has missed quite a few games.
Set to go now with the extra point try. Russ Gortnall is on. Good snap, placement down, kick is up, and he misses that one off the right screen. So 2 misses for Gortnall, who in last week's game didn't miss any.
Well,
1:27 to go until half. The Stormers at least on the board now with 2 touchdowns. They trail the Rattlers 35-12 right here on News Radio 1040 WHO.
The Downtown Farmers Market, presented by Unity Point Health Des Moines, is open every Saturday, rain or shine, through October 26th. You'll find mouth-watering goodness, locally grown and harvested just for you. Farm fresh produce, live entertainment, breakfast, and more. Enjoy the sights, sounds, and flavors of the Downtown Farmers Market from 7 till noon every Saturday in downtown Des Moines' historic Court District. Find us on Facebook and DesMoinesFarmersMarket.com.
Casey's presents Famous People on Famous Pizza.
I'm Janet Hughes, the first and only female demolition derby driver in Harrison County. Before I put the hammer down, I like to fuel up with Casey's homemade to-go pizza. With fresh meats and vegetables all on made-from-scratch dough, it's definitely worth the ride.
Casey's, famous for pizza. Order one today and see what everybody's talking about. Right now, get any large specialty pizza for just $13.99. Not valid with any other offer.
When you're
back in 30.
Work, you might feel like the host of your own cooking show. Sprinkle on a spice rub for an amazing Cuban pork tenderloin. Slather on a simple glaze for sweet and tangy barbecue pork chops. Your creative side in touch with your hungry side. So be fearless, be fresh, and have fun with pork. And don't forget to hold for the applause. Discover more at porkbeinspired.com. Pork, be inspired.
Van and Bonnie in the morning. Join us on News Radio 1040 WHO.
It is a Darius Reynolds 38-yard touchdown pass. The throw from backup quarterback Brian Reeder, and the Stormers make it a 35-12 game. Here's the kick, and it is handled by Brown off the left screen. Brown out to the 5-yard line, hit there and hauled down before he can get to the 10. A nice play by Nelson.
Ronnie Nelson, the Iowa State Cyclone, 6'1", 264-pounder, makes the open field tackle on Keith Brown. So just like that, 2 Iowa State Cyclones coming up big offensively for the Barnstormers. Darius Money Reynolds and then Ronnie Nelson, the new addition to the Iowa Barnstormer lineup.
All right, so Nick Davila and company are back on the field, as it is Rattlers comfortably in front at 35-12. We have hit the 1-minute mark. That means the 1-minute timing rules will be in effect. Both teams will have 3 timeouts left, and they say now that they're going to keep play moving. So we will sit right here. Sometimes they take a timeout when they signal the 1-minute timing rules. Sometimes they don't. They have decided that they will not. Set to go now as Davila gets back into the huddle. Mike Lewis on defense trying to rally up the fans, and there is a good crowd here tonight, despite what the Stormers have done so far with only 6 wins so far this season. Davila throws over the middle. He's got Poots. Poots breaks a tackle, gets past the 20-yard line, and they say is at the 21 as he's hauled down there by Damon Glenn.
Just a little button hook route on the far left side in between the hash marks at about the 17-yard line. Poots just settled down in a spot. The 6'2", 220-pounder out of Southern Utah caught the pass. Jason Simpson makes the helmet tackle.
Set to go now. Davila looking over the middle. He's got Poots wide open. He makes the catch at the 20, slides down to about the 16-yard line, but they will stop the clock. The reason? There is laundry on the field, and the officials are going to have to do some cleanup first.
Yeah, Mike Lewis might be whistled for a personal foul here. We'll see what happens. Maybe not. Mike Lewis is pleading his case. Let's see what happens down the field.
That never works.
It is. Personal foul.
It is a personal foul on the Iowa Barnstormers, so that'll mean an automatic first down, and the ball is spotted at the 15-yard line, and Arizona in business. They do have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Clock is running. They are down to 25 seconds as they quickly get to the line of scrimmage. Down to 20 seconds, set to go. There's a little swing pattern to the near side. It is caught there, but not a lot of yardage that time for Murrieta. Check that. That's not Murrieta. That's 15. That's Kerry Reed who made that play.
Kerry Reed, a little quick swing pass to the near side. 6'2", 210-pounder out of Michigan State. And Mario Ambrose, nice job coming down the defensive line in pursuit. The 6'4", 270-pounder out of Arkansas gets credit for the tackle. And the clock will stop with 15 seconds left to go. And the 1 minute, the clock stops for out-of-bounds plays or incomplete passes only in the last minute of each half, or when the referee deems it necessary for penalties, injuries, or timeouts.
All right, the timeouts when they stop the clock are only 30 seconds, so we are ready to go once again as Davila brings the offense of the Rattlers to the line of scrimmage. Purify this time will be the man in motion slot on the far side of the field. The lefty with a flag flying should be offside on the Stormers. Throws for the end zone. It'll be incomplete as he couldn't get it to Poots, who tried to make a cut, but there was good coverage in the secondary that time by the Stormers. But as I mentioned, a flag on the field.
Yeah, it looks like Mike Lewis jumped the gun again. Unless they're going to get Davila for the cadence count here, Mike Lewis is a little bit anxious tonight. He's been anxious all week.
It will be against the Stormers, and it will be an offside against the Iowa Barnstormers, so they will mark that one off as well.
Second penalty against Mike Lewis on this drive again, the individual who was talking about the PEDs around the AFL this week has stepped out as a leader and has made some comments this week. And he's a competitor. I love him to death. Committing some errors mentally on the field tonight.
11 seconds to go until we get to the half. The Stormers defense trying to keep the Rattlers out of the end zone. Davila under center, looking, throws for the end zone. Caught in the end zone. It is Poots again, who was wide open in the left corner, and he made it look easy.
That's his 16th touchdown of the year, and that'll put him over 500 yards receiving. Beat Damon Glanton on a drag route in the back of the end zone. Davila, the left-handed quarterback, just dropped back, threw it to a spot. Poots ran to it, and the Rattlers have increased their lead 41-12 here with 8 seconds left to go in the first half.
Extra point try coming up now as Arizona has come into this game, and if some were thinking that, well, they're the top team, they're just going to go through the motions, that has not been the case. They have put the pedal to the metal and have been stomping on the Stormers. Kick is on the way. It is good. So 8 seconds remaining until we get to halftime. Rattlers 42, Stormers 12, right here, News Radio 1040 WHO.
Hey, Joe Stacy here, inviting you to tune into 1460 KXNO every Tuesday night, 6 to 7 for the Barnstormers Weekly Radio Show. We broadcast live from Overtime, 86th Street in Urbandale. Each week we'll put you there as we talk Barnstormer football. We'll also get up close and personal with coaches and select Iowa Barnstormer players. Hey, we know you can't be there every week, but it's almost as much fun to listen in. It's a little rowdy and a lot of fun. Listen in to 1460 KXNO every Tuesday night from 6 to 7 for the Barnstormers Weekly Radio Show.
There's a place in the neighborhood where the folks are friendly and the food is good. The Okoboji Grill. It's the place where good friends.
One of the best soundtracks
if
ever.
If you haven't been to Okoboji Grill lately, you're missing out. Okoboji has Des Moines' best happy hour and the best prices, too. From 3 to 6:30 p.m., enjoy $1.75 pints, $2 bottles, and $2 well drinks. Plus, pay half price on cheese sticks, nachos, and chicken bites. Okoboji also has a late-night happy hour.
Try out Boji's new menu featuring buffalo shrimp, sliders, Baja burrito, the Boji Belch, and the East Lake burger topped with an egg, plus sweet and spicy shrimp.
Listen for details on Boji's Barnstormer Bash, where you can meet players and win prizes and game tickets. Okoboji Grill in Johnston, Ankeny, Pleasant Hill, Southeast 14th, and Ames.
The Okoboji Grill. It's the place where good friends meet.
Hi, folks. This is Van here. Join Bonnie and me mornings on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Here we go, ensuing kickoff at the well tonight, and it's going to go off the left screen. Marcus Harris has it in the end zone for Iowa. Quickly to the 5, up to the 10, makes a cut past the 10-yard line. Now reverses his field, crosses the 15, finally brought down from behind at the 16-yard line with 2.5 seconds remaining until halftime.
Little nifty run there by Marcus Harris. Got it out to the 16-yard line. Faking, baking, shaking, making some people miss. And Maurice Purify makes the special team stop for the Arizona Rattlers. And so now the Barnstormers just going to drop back and send a couple receivers deep and try and get it in the end zone for a final score here. And then they're going to get in the halftime strategy session. And the coach is going to say, hey, guys, there's a lot of people out here that will be on this roster next year and a lot that won't. And you're playing for your Arena Football League and professional lives. Go out there and give it your best shot. Don't give up.
Brian Reeder up under center. It is Reynolds, the motion man. Reeder over the middle, threw it too high, and it will fall incomplete, and time has expired. Virgil Gray had a beat on that one again, and even he couldn't get to that one. I don't know if Kareem Abdul-Jabbar could have caught that one. It is halftime. Joe Stacy will have the halftime for you. And it has been all Arizona. It is the Rattlers 42, Barnstormers 12, right here on News Radio 1040 WHO.
To reach your goals, build a new future, recharge your dreams. Knowledge is power, and at UIU.edu.
Do you want any more than a minute and a half here?
That's fine.
Okay.
It's real education for real change. The kind of education that will energize your life in ways you've never thought possible. Classes start every 8 weeks at the UIU Des Moines Center. Applying is easy. UIU.edu.
I don't know if I do or not. I'm okay.
Casey's presents Famous People on Famous Pizza.
My name is Doyle Davids. I own Riverside's only radio station. My hours can be a little crazy, so I stop at Casey's General Store for fresh donuts in the morning and made-to-order pizza during the day. Because Casey's makes good stuff. That was my radio voice.
Casey's, famous for pizza. Order one today and see what everybody's talking about. Right now, get free cheese breadsticks when you buy any large pizza. Not valid with any other offer.
Okay, back in 30.
Physiotherapy Associates is the official sports medicine provider for the Iowa Barnstormers. Physiotherapy Associates leads all others in athletic training and sports.
Since I didn't get there last time, we're going to try again for the coffee pot.
Metro Physiotherapy Associates can assist you with your physical therapy, sports medicine, and hand therapy needs. If the pros trust them, so can you. Find out more online, physiocorp.com, and go Barnstormers.
Farm news and weather mornings on News Radio 1040 WHO.
News Radio 1040 WHO halftime. Iowa Barnstormers taking on the Arizona Rattlers in the season final. For the Iowa Barnstormers, the Barnstormers coming into the season final 6-11, while the Arizona Rattlers coming in the number one ranked team in the United States of America with a 14-3 mark, and they are, as advertised, the Arizona Rattlers coming in off a loss to Chicago last week. Chicago wrapped up the National Conference Central Division with that very big upset, and the Arizona Rattlers making a statement here tonight before they head into the playoffs here next week. Lead the Barnstormers at halftime 42-12. Again, want to thank all of our listeners out there around the state of Iowa and the Midwest for tuning in to Iowa Barnstormer football. What a pleasure to be part of this broadcast as the Iowa Barnstormers partnered up with Clear Channel Radio again this year, back where the Barnstormers started on the airwaves, back with in the 90s with Jimmy Zabel. And, boy, just can't be more proud to be on the squad. Want to thank everybody at Clear Channel and everybody at the Iowa Barnstormer organization for making the move to where the Barnstormers first began. Also want to thank all of our listeners who tuned in each and every week to the Barnstormers Weekly Radio Show, which was, of course, broadcast on Des Moines Sports Station 1460 KXNO every Tuesday night at Overtime, Neighborhood Hub, Sports and Grub, 86th Street in Urbandale. What a tremendous year we had there, and hats off to all the fans that came each and every week, and the sponsors and the coaching staff and the Barnstormer organization. They were there every week, and hats off to Overtime staff. What a great place to bring your family for a dinner, lunch, great spot to watch all athletics. Overtime, Neighborhood Hub, Sports and Grub, and of course the Okoboji Barnstormer Bashes all season long. We had 5-6 of those events throughout the community. Leroy, Ann Gessman, and their wonderful staff. Okoboji Grills did a tremendous job and giving away some tremendous prizes all year long. So thanking all of our listeners and all of our sponsors all year long for getting behind Iowa Barnstormer football. As Steve Bailey runs the studio back in the house, the Iowa Barnstormers came into this thing tonight with the opportunity to prove that they could compete and end the season on a positive note. So far, not able to do that. Arizona with tremendous defensive back play. It all starts up front with the defensive line pressure, offensive execution. This team is the real deal. 150 yards offense compared to the Iowa Barnstormers, 106. 3 interceptions for the Arizona Rattlers. 2 of those have led to touchdowns. Virgil Gray has 2 pick sixes in this football game. The Iowa Barnstormers 1 of 4 in fourth down conversion. Started the game, J.J. Ratterink at quarterback. He's 5 of 16, 53 yards, no touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. He's been replaced by backup Brian Reeder out of Idaho. Off to a good start, 3 of 3 for 47 yards and 1 touchdown. Leading receivers for the Iowa Barnstormers so far tonight, Darius Money Reynolds, 2 catches for 40 yards. Marco Thomas has 2 catches for 31 yards. 2 catches for 16 yards, rather. Marcus Harris, 2 catches for 31 yards. On the other side of the football, Nick Davila, the left-handed quarterback, first-team All-AFL performer, 9 of 12, 147 yards and 4 touchdowns. Tyson Poots having a whale of a ball game. 5 catches, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rod Windsor, only 2 catches. He's gone for 79 yards and 2 touchdowns. as well. Leading tacklers for the Iowa Barnstormers, Taryn Benton has 2, Damon Glanton 1, and on the other side of the ledger, Virgil Gray, not only picking balls off, taking them back for touchdowns, leads the Arizona Rattlers in tackles with 5 as well. We'll take another break, send it back to Steve Bailey in our News Radio 1040 WHO studios, and we'll take a break, come back, look at the playoff picture and more as the Iowa Barnstormers get set to take the field. Second half action, Arena Football League, right here on News Radio 1040 WHO. Rattlers 42, Barnstormers 12.
Are you sick of spending your green to be green? Well, at SPI Appliance Recycling Center, you don't have to
I'll go over the
pay
playoff
to recycle
picture
your
and
unwanted
games
appliances.
tonight.
We accept refrigerators, freezers, washers, dryers.
I would say, Steve, what do you got in the can there? Minute and a half?
I got a minute and a half.
Appliance Recycling Center.
You can go 2 if you want.
Okay.
How many breaks do we have left at halftime?
I don't know. I'm doing this as I go.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No charge, no
Well,
hassle,
we'll just get
no
everybody
problem.
in and leave it at that.
Four Corners Photography is proud to be the official photography of your Iowa Barnstormers. Veteran-owned and operated, Four Corners specializes in sports, portraits, senior
Just hang
pictures,
tight over there,
corporate events,
Jim.
and
Are you okay?
concerts.
You
Got
gonna-
photographic
run-
needs? Well, Four Corners will provide personal
Playoff
service
picture,
and quality
games
work done
tonight.
right the first time.
Just an extra 30?
745
I'm sorry?
Extra 30 to make 2 minutes?
Yeah, why not?
745-1639. Barnstormers proud. Four Corners Photography. Hey, Barnstormer fans, Coach's Pizza is proud to support your team. Located in the West Glen Town Center, Coach's Pizza prepares their dough fresh daily and a sauce that's out of this world, all natural ingredients. One of the specialty pizzas could be one of your favorites. Coach Hohensy's favorite, the Coach. Sandwiches, pasta, salads, and more. Carry-out, delivery, and catering opportunities abound. Stop by, call them 223-2233. Tell them Coach Hohensy sent you.
It's the most amazing music event the world's ever known. It's the iHeart Music Festival in Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. And WHO Radio wants to send you, complete with tickets and hotel and airline reservations for 2. Be listening for the code words we'll be giving you and be ready to text it to 36500. You, your guest, and the greatest music acts on the face of the earth, all together in the same place at the same time. From News Radio 1040 WHO.
Jan Michelson, weekdays from 9 until 11:30 on WHO Radio.
News Radio 1040 WHO, home of Iowa Barnstormer play-by-play football. Jimmy B with all the play-by-play. I'm Joe Stacy on color commentary. Steve Bailey back in the studio. We're at halftime. Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines, in front of a nice crowd as the Arizona Rattlers come to town, set to make a Arena Football League run, headed to the playoffs as National Conference Western Division champions. They lead the Iowa Barnstormers 42-12 at halftime. We'll go over the AFL standings and look at the games around the league tonight, take a break, and come back with the second half action. AFL standings 2013, the playoff picture pretty much set. National Conference, American Conference, National Conference, West Division. Here's how it goes. The Arizona Rattlers 14-3, followed by the Spokane Shock. They ended their season last night with a 61-43 win over the Pittsburgh Power. 14-4, they're in the playoffs. Also in the National Conference West Division, the San Jose SaberCats, they're in action tonight taking on the Chicago. They're in the playoffs regardless of their outcome at 12-5. And the Utah Blaze, the only team in the National Conference West Division that didn't make the playoffs, they're at 6-11. The National Conference Central Division, 3 teams, that's where the Iowa Barnstormers reside. And the Chicago Rush have made the playoffs. They have locked up a division title, and with a 10-7 mark, San Antonio Talons 9-8, and the Iowa Barnstormers 6-11. The American Conference South Division, the Jacksonville Sharks have won that division at 6-11. Still 2 spots up for playoffs in that division. The Tampa Bay Storm and the Orlando Predators. Tampa Bay coming into the final week 7-10. While the Orlando Predators come in 6-11, the New Orleans Voodoo are 5-12 and out of the playoff hunt. And in the American Conference East Division, the lone representative from the East Division will be the Philadelphia Soul. They come into the final week at 12-5, followed by Cleveland at 4-13, and Pittsburgh ended their season last night at 4-14. Again, in each conference, there will be 4 representatives, 2 divisions, the West Division champion and the Central Division champion. Chicago, the Central Division champion, they're in. And then the Arizona Rattlers, they're in as the champions. Then you pick pick the two next best records, and that is, again, Spokane and San Jose with 14 and 12 wins respectively. The American Conference, a little bit different story. Again, Jacksonville, 11-6. They're in as the American Conference South Division champion, and the American Conference East Division, again, Philadelphia is in the playoffs. And then you go to the two next best records, and that's where, hey, it gets a little fun because as a losing record, you still have a chance to get in the playoffs. Tampa Bay Storm 7-10, Orlando 6-11. So tonight, New Orleans takes on Orlando, and Tampa Bay takes on Jacksonville. Tampa Bay wins, they're in. If Tampa Bay loses and New Orleans wins, then both teams will be 7-11, and it'll come down to a tiebreaker. Other games around the league tonight: Cleveland at Utah, Philadelphia at San Jose, and Philadelphia at San Antonio, and Chicago at San Jose. We're going to go ahead and send it back to Steve Bailey here from our sponsors. Come back with some more commentary. Jimmy B will put the headsets back on, and second half action will ensue. The Arizona Rattlers 42, the Iowa Barnstormers 12. Halftime. You're listening to it right here on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Loving what you do for a living. If you're not there yet, here at Demonstrated
weekdays
from 5 to 9 a.m.
Okay, got a minute and a half here.
There you go.
Who knows? The goodness just may rub off on you.
Is that enough, or do you want more?
Helping you right away when you get up with your day's to-do list so you can get things done. Van and Bonnie in the morning on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Guess who? Hear Van and Bonnie visit with the Donald Thursday, August 1st at 7:35 in the morning on News Radio 1040 WHO. Van and Bonnie present free tickets to Iowa State Fair grandstand shows like Toby Keith, Alan Jackson, the Happy Together Tour with the Turtles, Gary Puckett and the Union Gap, Chuck Negron, Mark Lindsay, and Gary Lewis, and hilarious shows from former Saturday Night Live cast members Dana Carvey, Dennis Miller, and Kevin Nealon. All for doing what you probably do anyway, listening to Van and Bonnie.
Okay, here we go.
On News Radio 1040 WHO.
Isn't that special?
I'm Mark Allen with sports, weekday mornings on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Welcome back. We are downtown Des Moines, Wells Fargo Arena. Good crowd on hand, but the home folks aren't real happy with what they have seen so far. It is all Arizona, 42-12 over the Iowa Barnstormers. The first half statistical information. We'll start with the Stormers first, where quarterback J.J. Rattlers was 5 of 16. With 3 interceptions, and he was sacked twice. Later replaced by Brian Reeder, who went 3 of 4, and he did throw a touchdown pass. Nick Davila, the starting quarterback for the Arizona Rattlers, is 9 of 12, 147 yards, and 4 touchdowns. The wide receivers for the Iowa Barnstormers, Darius Reynolds, has caught 2 balls for 40 yards, including a touchdown. Marcus Harris has got 2 catches for 31 yards. For the Arizona Rattlers, Tyson Poots has 5 catches, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rod Windsor only has 2 catches for 79 yards. Both of them were for touchdowns. Maurice Purify has 1 catch for 18 yards. The big story in this game, however, is Virgil Gray defensively. He picked off J.J. Rattlers, took it back to the house, 45 yards for that touchdown. And then Gray again, that was in the first quarter. Gray again in the second quarter, a 40-yard interception of Rattlers, and he took that one back for 6 points as well. A dominating first-half performance by Arizona.
You know, here's the thing. Iowa Barnstormer football is great for the state of Iowa. They're not the Des Moines Barnstormers, they're the Iowa Barnstormers. A lot of things have to happen in the offseason. We have to become competitive. 4 years in a row, the Barnstormer organization is frustrated, the fans are frustrated, the players are frustrated, the coaches are frustrated. But guess what? The fans are loyal, and I know the Barnstormers are going to work hard to get a competitor back in here. Hey, you have to talk realistically, Jimmy B, and J.J. Raderink's future as a quarterback is in question right now. He's the oldest guy in the roster. He's a veteran, but he has had a lackluster season this year after coming up a pretty good start the first 3 or 4 games. But you have to think that the Barnstormers have to maybe look at getting somebody in here. You have to protect your quarterback, but, I hate to be tough on J.J., but he has played underperformed the second half of the season a great deal, and you have to get somebody in here that's a top-notch competitor, and it'll be interesting to see what the Barnstormers do, and being close to the organization and not knowing a whole bunch, but knowing that there's going to be a lot of shakeups in the offseason.
The Iowa Barnstormers had that big explosion of 73 points against San Jose and won that game on June 15th. After that, the offense scored 30 points at Philadelphia, 34 at San Antonio, 41 and 41. Set to go now. It is Harris who will field it off the screens out to the 5-yard line, runs for the near sideline, and he's going to get out to the 10 and step out of bounds there, and that's where the Stormers offense will put it in play.
Yeah.
The Stormers coming in with 4 consecutive losses headed into tonight's game.
Yeah, the 50-yard war to score again. The midfield's 25-yard stripe. The end zones are 8 yards deep. 85 feet wide is the playing surface. It's artificial turf, and 32 by 34-inch nets encased by iron in the back of the end zones. It's live off the nets. And if you're going to kick a field goal in this league, 9.5 feet wide are the uprights, and the crossbar is 15 feet above the ground. So there's the setup of the 50-yard war to score.
Second half is underway. Brian Reeder under center, set to go now as he drops back with 5 steps. Wings it out to the far side. Got his man. It's Marcus Harris. He's got enough yardage for a first down as he dives over the walls there and dives into the front row and says, hello.
That's it. And that time, Brian Reeder just dropped back, had time, threw it to a spot, and the Marcus Harris down and out at the 23-yard line just went for it, and the ball was thrown to a spot, and the wide receiver for the Iowa Barnstormers, Harris, caught it in the front row, and that is a catch as long as you run into the dasher boards with control of the football.
Set to go now. The Stormers come up to the line to scrimmage. Ball spotted at the 23-yard line of Iowa. Marco Thomas, the motion man. Reeder looking to go deep and looking for Thomas. It is batted away at the last moment as Thomas was battling with the defender, Jared Perry. And Perry then crashed into the dasher boards, and the gate sort of came apart. And we'll wait and see if Perry is, or second, it's Virgil Gray. Virgil Gray, number 4. And he is up, and he is okay.
Virgil Gray was step for step with Marco Thomas. It was a flag route to the back of the end zone, corner of the end zone, near side. Reeder, plenty of time to throw the football. There was flags down on the turf, and the flag is going to be marched off against Arizona. Didn't see what it was. The ball was grossly underthrown, and a nice defensive play by Virgil Gray. I didn't see what the flag was, Jimmy B.
Could have been an offside because it was only a 5-yard mark-off. So with that, the Stormers get a break and they get a first down as they move into Rattler territory. Now from the 22-yard line of Arizona. Thomas, the motion man. Reeder back to throw. Has time. Going deep for the end zone. It'll be incomplete as he threw it over the head of Thomas and Virgil Gray, who was there with the coverage.
Marco Thomas on a fly route, far side of the field, and step for step, Virgil Gray. These guys are tremendous cover defensive backs, and that time Reeder did a great job of leading Iowa Barnstormer a wide out Marco Thomas, but if he would have underthrown that, Virgil Gray would have had another pick on his hands.
Stormers trail in this game 42-12. We are down to 12 minutes 40 seconds in the third quarter. Iowa with the football. Second down and motion at the line of scrimmage, and everybody's jumping.
That should go against Arizona, but the center for the Iowa Barnstormers did not snap the football, and Reeder was going back. That could go against the Barnstormers.
That's Travis Miller. Oh. It is going to be against the Rattlers. It's Big Hawthorne again, and you can't miss that guy.
No, he's a big cat. 6 foot, 340-pounder. He's a Wisconsin Badger. And that was a miscommunication from center to quarterback, no doubt about it. But needless to say, it goes against Arizona.
Hawthorne jumped on it is what happened. Woo! You get that much stuff going in one direction, you can't stop it.
Nope.
Set to go now. It is Marcus Harris, the motion man. And they swing it out to the near side. It's batted away at the line of scrimmage, and it went backwards. So that is a live football. And Marco Thomas did the smart thing. He covered it, and now the officials rule that it is an incomplete pass. It appeared to me that it may have been a lateral backwards.
It was close enough to where Marco Thomas definitely jumped on the football and covered it up. Brian Reeder dropped back to pass, just a quick little flip in the near side flat. It skipped and hit the ground. I thought it was a forward pass, but needless to say, that's what it was called, incomplete pass, and the defense would have been all over it. So a break for the Iowa Barnstormers there.
Set to go now. It's third down. 3rd and 5 at the 17-yard line of Arizona. Jesse Schmidt, motion man. Reeder time over the middle. Got Jesse Schmidt at about the 3. Yet he's finally pushed out of bounds there. And that will be a first down for the Iowa Barnstormers. And they are in business in the red zone.
Jesse Schmidt with a little down and out button hook route at the 3-yard line. And the ball was thrown perfectly in front of Jesse Schmidt. Marquise Floyd with the touchdown saving tackle. And the offensive line doing it. Dace Richardson, Mike Garrity, and Anthony Parker doing a nice job up front. And Travis Miller, up there at center, protecting the Barnstormer quarterback in the second half.
Set to go now. They run the ball. Brown's got it. Cuts back inside and scoots into the end zone untouched. The Stormers put 6 on the board. Oh, it's a wonderful night for a moon dance.
Kai Brown took the pitch, started going off tackle right side, got the entire defense to come towards us. Kai Brown then stopped on a dime, went against the grain, and had nothing but clear sailing in the end zone. And boy, I tell you what, for the season, that is Kai Brown's 3rd touchdown, and it's good to see him get in the end zone, all the hard work that he does protecting the quarterback.
Russ Gortnall on for the extra point try. Kick is up, and this time it is good. And the Stormers now strike first here in the second half. Rattlers still in control at 42-19 on News Radio 1040 WHO.
People on famous pizza.
My name is Doyle Davids. I own Riverside's only radio station. My hours can be a little crazy, so I stop at Casey's General Store for fresh donuts in the morning and made-to-order pizza during the day. Because Casey's makes good stuff. That was my radio voice.
Casey's, famous for pizza. Order one today and see what everybody's talking about. Right now, get free cheese breadsticks when you buy any large pizza. Not valid with any other offer.
Physiotherapy Associates is the official sports medicine provider for the Iowa Barnstormers. Physiotherapy Associates leads all others in athletic training and sports medicine services in central Iowa. 7 locations in the Des Moines Metro. Physiotherapy Associates can assist you with your physical therapy, sports medicine, and hand therapy needs. If the pros trust them, so can you. Find out more online, physiocorp.com, and go Barnstormers.
Back in 30.
To reach your goals, build a new future, recharge your dreams. Knowledge is power, and at UIU.edu, the power is always on. UIU.edu. It's real education for real change. The kind of education that'll energize your life in ways you've never thought possible. Classes start every 8 weeks at the UIU Des Moines Center. Applying is easy. UIU.edu. Turn your power on.
I'm Simon Conway, weekdays at 4 on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Iowa Barnstormer touchdown, a 2-yard run by Kai Brown, and that closes the gap a little bit. It's 42-19 in favor of Arizona.
And, here you might want to look for the onside if you're Arizona here. Down or on top 42-19, and you're trying to get every advantage you can.
Set to go now. Russ Gortnall will kick off. Back to receive number 11, Keith Brown, as he drills it. And Brown will turn. It goes off the soft screen and flies right into the stands. So no return, and it'll be a touchback.
And that's what you try to do. I thought that the Iowa Barnstormers might have got tricky there and tried to get some momentum. It's a high risk, high reward with that high risk, low reward, if you will, on the onside attempt. But Gortnall's done a nice job for the Iowa Barnstormers in replacement of Fabrizio Sasha. And now the Arizona Rattlers have their backs against the wall here, right to left at their own 5-yard line.
Set to go now. Davila up under center. Swings it out to the near side. Caught by Purify at the 10. Spins away from a couple of tacklers and finally is hauled down by Simpson as he gets up to the 14-yard line, and they're a yard shy of a first down.
Nebraska Cornhusker Maurice Purify. He's a big kid. Has skills to pay bills. 6'4", 235-pounder. Caught the pass on the near side flat and then left a trail of tacklers in his wake and an 8-yard pickup. 9-yard pickup, if you will.
Set to go. Davila to throw. No pressure. Over the middle. He's got Poots again. This is right at midfield. Then he spins and gets an extra yard or two as he's knocked down finally at the 23-yard line of the Iowa Barnstormers. And Poots is having a terrific night.
Yes, he is. He's close to 60 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's his 6th reception. He's a big kid. You know, he just sits right over the middle. 6'2", 220-pounder out of Southern Utah. Just sat in the middle of that defense, hauled it in. And as you said, spun for some extra yardage, 1st and 10 Arizona in Barnstormer territory.
Poots is the man in motion in the slot far side. Davila has time, looking, swings it to the near side. Good coverage that time by Taryn Benton on Windsor, and the pass sailed into the stands.
Great call, Jimmy B. Taryn Benton, Iowa State Cyclone, sat underneath, was in front of the receiver. Purify was the intended receiver on the near side here. And great pressure by the Iowa Barnstormer defensive line. William Stokes, Mike Lewis, and on the line, Ronnie Nelson, the Iowa State Cyclone. Great pressure up front for the Barnstormers.
It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line of Iowa. Davila throws, and it is intercepted by Simpson. Simpson's got it off a deflection. Simpson at midfield, down the sideline. Simpson at the 10, 5, touchdown, Barnstormers! Jason Simpson with a spectacular interception. And this is for Murphin, Andy, and Simon Conway. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Baby got back.
Jason Simpson does have a lot of back, and he's got a lot of backing here with the Iowa Barnstormer fans. That ball was tipped, deflected by Jason Simpson. He ended up on his butt, on his backside, got his hands underneath the football, kept it alive, was dead in the water, got up, got a couple blocks, went another 25, 30 yards down the far sideline, and falls in the end zone for the pick 6. Love that kid. He means business.
Extra point now for Gortnall. They fake it and go for 2. The pass is incomplete. Reeder, who was the holder on the play, quickly popped up, tried to throw it into the end zone, but it was batted away.
Well, it looked like that was a designated. It looked like that was a designated play.
It was.
Yeah, and Mike Lewis was the intended receiver on that one, and almost got his paws around it. But great job out of the Iowa Barnstormers defense, and Jason Simpson coming up big.
All right, 7:13 to go third quarter. A little bit of a game here all of a sudden. Rattlers 42, Stormers 25. News Radio 1040 WHO.
Hi, Simon.
To be green? Well, at SPI Appliance Recycling Center, you don't have to pay to recycle your unwanted appliances.
How you doing?
We accept refrigerators, freezers, washers, dryers, air conditioners, ovens, furnaces, and more.
Want the headsets?
Just bring your unwanted appliances to SPI Appliance Recycling Center at 918 Southeast 21st Street in Des Moines. Call us at 515-263-8000 or visit us online at scrapprocessorsiowa.com. SPI Recycling Center. No charge, no hassle, no problem.
Broadcasting from Overtime, Neighborhood Hub, Sports and Grub, 86th Street in Urbandale, it's the Barnstormers Weekly Radio Show. Tuesday night, 6 to 7 on 1460 KXNO. Join me, Joe Stacy, as we talk Barnstormer football with Hall of Fame head coach Mike Hohensee, along with featured Iowa Barnstormer players. Be part of the fun every Tuesday night from 6 to 7, then stick around from 7 to 9 as we give away great prizes along with Barnstormer players cards and more. Great food and drink specials all night long. The Barnstormers Weekly Radio Show, Tuesday, 6 to 7 at Overtime on 1460 KXNO.
Casey's presents Famous People on Famous Pizza.
I'm Janet Hughes, the first and only female demolition derby driver in Harrison County. Before I put the hammer down, I like to fuel up with Casey's homemade to-go pizza. With fresh meats and vegetables all on made-from-scratch dough, it's definitely worth the ride.
Casey's, famous for pizza. Order one today and see what everybody's talking about. Right now, get any large
Here we go.
pizza for just $13.99. Not valid with any other offer.
Saturday morning live from 6 until 9 on News Radio 1040 WHO.
All right, Stormers trying to claw their way back in. The crowd pretty rowdy now. It's 42-25. The kickoff is going off the right screen, handled in the end zone by Arkeith Brown. Brown to the 5-yard line and knocked down there. Romy Nelson with a big hit, and that is where the Arizona Rattlers will put the offense on the field.
We got a game, Jimmy.
Simon Conway, that familiar British accent, has joined us here for a little color commentary.
Absolutely.
How you doing, pal?
We got a game. I was screaming for Brian Reeder to be put in. Screaming for it. And finally, they turned around and did that. And look, we got a game.
Just like that, the big interception by Jason Simpson. He returns at 35 yards for the touchdown. Set to go now. Stormers defense would like to get another stop if they can. Davila up under center out of his own end zone. Throws over the middle. Poots makes the catch past the 10-yard line and falls forward to the 14, a yard shy of the first down marker at the 15-yard line.
About halfway through the second quarter, I was on my way up here. I was going to pad you up, buddy. Send you out there. That was bad.
You thought I could help this team?
Well, it couldn't get any worse is what I thought.
It could if I was there. Poots the motion man in the slot on the near side. Davila again back to throw. He wants to go deep. Down the sidelines. Nobody is there, and now a flag flies. Taryn Benton had coverage on Poots that time.
Well, this is going to be interesting.
A late flag on the play. It'll be against Jason Simpson with illegal contact down the field. It was Simpson who just made a few moments ago the big interception that resulted in 6 points for the Stormers. So the Arizona Rattlers catch a break. It's an automatic first down. The ball is spotted now at the 19-yard line of Arizona.
We do have a game, which is nice, and let's hope they can keep the momentum going now. I think they need to stop them here, though. A pick would be nice, wouldn't it?
Would be again. Windsor on the motion on the far side. Davila throws, and he throws it away. It's in the stands, and once again, he tried to go to Windsor that time. Damon Glanton was there on the coverage, as well as Taryn Benton. They doubled up on Rod Windsor. So you're having fun, though, right?
Oh, always have fun here, don't we? I mean, we're going to have to wait till next year for some more fun, but we always have fun down here. The other one we were thinking about putting in halfway through the second quarter was my good pal Poppy Jake with 4 legs.
Well, he would run fast.
He can catch. He can catch as well. We're just not sure he'd run the right way.
Set to go now at 5:10 to go in the third quarter. Davila back to throw. Markers fly. He swings it over the middle. Caught by Windsor on the far sidelines and pushed out of bounds by Taryn Benton as he crosses the 15 and inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. But hold everything. Let's see what the flag is, as the officials now confer at the 10-yard line. And that conversation is continuing.
While they talk, oh no, here we're going to get a decision. Here we go. Oh no, we're not. They're still talking. While they're talking, I just want to say that. Well, hang on, wait a minute. Oh,
they're still talking.
They can't make their mind up, can they? I just want to say that one of the highlights of this season has been you as the voice of the Barnstormers.
Thank you, buddy.
I mean that sincerely.
Thank you.
You've done an outstanding job. You really have. You brought this game to life for so many people, buddy.
The penalty will be marked off against the Barnstormers. So it'll be a ball spotted at the 8-yard line because the penalty only would have been 5 yards. So they will take, obviously, the gain on the pass play. So a first down, and it'll be first and goal at the 8-yard line. Stormers defense trying to make a stand. Davila up under center. Poots the motion man. They run the football. They give it off over to Windsor. Breaks a tackle at the 7-yard line. Now gets inside the 5 and is finally pushed back. And they say they will spot it at the 4-yard line of the Stormers. I will tell you this, Simon.
Yes,
I've had a great time calling the games. Despite what has happened this season with the injuries and the losses, I've still had a terrific time working on WHO and calling Arena League football.
There have been some real heartbreakers this year, but really, you have brought this place to life, and I spend my life thinking about how to insult you, so that's real praise, and I mean it sincerely.
Davila back to throw into the end zone, caught.
Touchdown.
Poots, touchdown.
Oh well. I'm gonna hand it back to the guy who really should be sat in this seat.
Joe
and,
Stacy, listen, buddy, I'll see you on Monday.
You
okay?
will. Yeah, you have yourself a great rest of the
All
game.
right,
I'm going down
Thank
to
you.
find the beverage stand.
I figured you probably would. Simon Conway from News Radio 1040 WHO. Terrific program in the afternoon. So the touchdown by Poots, who's having a monster night here, as the Rattlers answer the Iowa Barnstormers score with a score of their own, and the extra point coming up from Garrett Lindholm. 3:20 and counting till we get to the end of the third quarter. Here is the extra point try. It's up, and it is good. And just like that, 3:19 to go. It is 49 for the Rattlers, 25 Barnstormers right here. News Radio 1040 WHO.
When you're in the kitchen with pork, you might feel like the host of your own cooking show. Sprinkle on a spice rub for an amazing Cuban pork tenderloin. Slather on a simple glaze for sweet and tangy barbecue pork chops. Your creative side in touch with your hungry side. So be fearless, be fresh, and have fun with pork. And don't forget to hold for the applause. Discover more at porkbeinspired.com. Pork, be inspired.
Hero to Hired is proud to support Iowa Barnstormers football. Hero to Hired is traveling across country to help returning service members connect with employers. The H2H program helps soldiers translate their military skills into matching civilian jobs. At Hero to Hired, we have everything you need to find a job, and the best part, it's free. So get started. Visit our website today at h2h.jobs. That's where you'll be able to browse by industry and even take our career assessment test. So head to h2h.jobs, and thank you for your support.
Casey's presents Famous People on Famous Pizza.
My name is Doyle Davids. I own Riverside's only radio station. My hours can be a little crazy, so I stop at Casey's General Store for fresh donuts in the morning and made-to-order pizza during the day. Because Casey's makes good stuff. That was my radio voice.
Casey's.
Here we go.
Famous for pizza. Order one today and see what everybody's talking about. Right now, get free cheese breadsticks when you buy any large pizza. Not valid with any other offer.
Van and Bonnie in the morning. Join us on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Arizona Rattlers match the Barnstormers score for score here now as Tyson Poots makes a 4-yard reception for 6 points from quarterback Nick Davila. It is now 49-25 in favor of Arizona. Set to go now. Lindholm is ready. Marcus Harris is back to receive in the end zone for Iowa. High kick off the soft net and lands in the stands, unreturnable, and they will bring it out for the touchback.
Always nice to see Simon Conway come up here. He's a great radio host. I don't think I have to worry about my position as far as color commentary.
I think you're okay. I think your job is safe. Say, Simon, don't quit your day job.
Great radio host. Enjoy listening to him every day.
We have a lot of fun together here.
Yes, you guys do.
All right, let's see if the Stormers can get something going here. Brian Reeder continuing as he took over for J.J. Rattering after Rattering pitched 3 picks in the first half of play. It is Reynolds, the man in motion on the far side. Back to throw. Reeder over the middle. Looking for Reynolds. Makes the catch. Breaks a tackle at the 20-yard line down the sidelines. Past the 25. Loose football as he got it knocked away. A scramble for it. Let's see who recovers. It is going to be a recovery by Arizona. Darius Reynolds broke a tackle, spun away, got hit from the blind side. The ball popped out, and Arizona recovers at about their own 22-yard line.
Yeah, Darius Money Reynolds did a great job of a catch, run after the catch, yards after the catch, spun out of a tackle, and then from behind, he got raked around the helmet, and that spun him around, and then what's called a can opener was just hit very, very nicely by a defender coming up. I believe it was Damon Mickerson came up, popped the ball loose, got a helmet on the ball, and that's unfortunate because that was a nice pitch and a nice catch for the Barnstormers.
All right, Rattlers have it. Davila back to throw quickly. The lefty brings it out to Purify, past midfield, down inside the 25-yard line to the 20 before he's pushed out of bounds, about a half a yard shy of a first down.
Now Purify on the reception. Jason Simpson chops him down, the 6'4", 235-pounder out of Nebraska. 1st and 10. That'll move the chains for the Arizona Rattlers at the 20-yard line. Now you got to start thinking about getting into the playoffs healthy. Up 49-25. You want to get one more score on the board and then see if you can rest a few of these guys.
Set to go now. They pitch it out to Windsor. Windsor breaks a tackle at the 15, inside the 10, finally pushed out of bounds there at the 9-yard line of Iowa. Now they're going to say it is the 10, and they will move the chains. It will be a first down for the Rattlers. And once again, after the defense of Iowa had that big interception and kind of had a little bit of momentum, Arizona has answered and come back with a vengeance.
Yeah, that time just a little pitch to the far side. You get out in the seam, you take the alley, and that's a first down all the way.
Again, a little
Other
pitch.
side.
Windsor kind of bobbles the football, but still picks up some yardage as he brings it to the near side of the field around the left end, and he slides out of bounds at about the 6-yard line.
Hey, it works to the right side. Why not try it to the left? You're in the middle. The ball's placed in between the hash marks. So a quick little pitch again out to Rod Windsor on the left side. That time the Barnstormers read it a little bit better and stuff it up before it gets into the end zone.
That'll make it 2nd down and goal at the 6-yard line of the Barnstormers. Arizona looking to increase their lead. We're inside of 50 seconds to go till the end of the 3rd quarter. Davila back under center, 5-step drop, has plenty of time, over the middle, caught, touchdown, flag flies. Windsor with the reception in the end zone. We'll wait and see what the flag will be. It was thrown in the defensive secondary.
A perfect pass in the back of the end zone by Davila.
It'll be an illegal defense against the Iowa Barnstormers. That penalty will be declined. It is 6 points for the Arizona Rattlers as they again now start to pull away.
Yeah, that time Davila, plenty of time to throw the football. The left-hander planted, and waited for Rod Windsor in the back of the end zone, dragging across left to right, threw it to a spot, and Windsor hauled it in, and boy, he's having a heck of a night. 3 touchdowns, over 120 yards on the night.
Set to go now by Lindholm for the extra point try. The snap is good, the placement down, and the kick is up, and he has drilled another one right through. So just like that, with 12 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, Arizona 56, Iowa 25, right here on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Okay, got a minute and a half here.
Okay, good. Thanks, Steve.
Pick it up out of the ID.
If you haven't been to
Okay.
Okoboji lately, you're missing out. Okoboji has Des Moines' best happy hour and the best prices, too. From 3 to 6:30 p.m., enjoy $1.75 pints, $2 bottles, and $2 well drinks. Plus, pay half price on cheese sticks, nachos, and chicken bites. Okoboji also has a late-night happy hour.
Yeah.
Try out Boji's new menu featuring buffalo shrimp, sliders, Baja burrito, the Boji Belch, and the East Lake burger topped with an egg, plus sweet and spicy shrimp. Listen for details on Boji's Barnstormer Bash, where you can meet players and win prizes and game tickets. Okoboji Grill in Johnston, Ankeny, Pleasant Hill, Southeast 14th, and Ames.
It's the place where good friends meet.
The Downtown Farmers Market, presented by Unity Point Health Des Moines, is open every Saturday, rain or shine, through.
Be back in 30 or less than 30 here, and pick it up out of the ID.
And harvested just for you. Farm fresh produce, live entertainment, breakfast, and more. Enjoy the sights, sounds, and flavors of the Downtown Farmers Market from 7 till noon every Saturday in downtown Des Moines Historic Sport District. Find us on Facebook and
Welcome back, everybody. We are here.
Simon Conway, afternoon.
The ID, and then go.
1040 WHO, Des Moines.
Welcome back. We are down here at Wells Fargo Arena. On the kickoff, the ball bounds off one of the supports of the screen, and then flags fly. A defenseless player is nailed by one of the Arizona players. So the Stormers will have possession plus the penalty. as they moved the ball all the way out to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, the kickoff was off the top part of the iron that encompasses the 32 by 34-inch nets, tightly wound nets in the back of the end zone. The ball bounced off of it, hit the ground, and was up in the air. Two Barnstormers had their backs turned to the kickoff team, and Jason Simpson went up for it and was hit from behind. Therefore, the penalty goes against Arizona because he was hit and he was defenseless, and so a good call by the officials.
All right, we have come to the end of the third quarter. We'll get in a 1-minute timeout ride here. It is the Rattlers 56, Stormers 25 on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Casey's presents Famous People on Famous Pizza.
I'm Janet Hughes, the first and only female demolition derby driver in Harrison County. Before I put the hammer down, I like to fuel up with Casey's homemade to-go pizza. With fresh meats and vegetables all on made-from-scratch dough.
Make it only 30 seconds.
Okay. Casey's, famous for pizza. Order one today and see what everybody's talking about. Right now, get any large specialty pizza for
4 seconds.
$2.99. Not valid with any other offer.
Take it.
Welcome back, everybody. We continue here at Wells Fargo Arena, downtown Des Moines. Terrific crowd on hand, almost 8,000 in the building. It is the final game of the Arena League season for the Iowa Barnstormers. They entered the contest tonight against Arizona on a 4-game losing streak, and they trail in tonight's game against the Arena League's best team, the Arizona Rattlers, 56-25.
Yeah, the Iowa Barnstormers tonight wanted to come in and have a semblance of a game and compete against the best team in the league and get out of here with nobody injured. And you know what? The sports are like life, and you win with class and you lose with class, and hopefully this game ends with good sportsmanship. And 15 minutes left to play in the Iowa Barnstormer season. And again, we talked about the fans, just under 8,000, as you mentioned, 7,800 people here. And that bodes well for the Iowa Barnstormer organization. And the fans, hey, they've been here for the tough times. The last time we were in the playoffs was 2009 when it was the AF2. We made the playoffs then, and now Mike Hohensee in his second year, inducted into the Arena Football League Hall of Fame as a coach this year. Very disappointed. Nobody's hurting more than him, and I know that in the offseason he's going to change some things and hopefully get some of the some marquee players in this league and some veteran players and see what happens offensively. I know that he's hurting big time not scoring points this year on that side of the ball.
Set to go now. Brian Reeder is under center as we start the fourth quarter. Reeder, 5-step drop. Getting pressure, throws over the middle. It's going to be intercepted and then popped up into the air and batted away by Marco Thomas, the wide receiver for Iowa, who all of a sudden became a defensive back and did a good job of knocking that one away.
Yeah, that was a flag route. The wide receiver for the Barnstormers, Marco Thomas, running in between the hash marks and then cut it to the corner of the end zone. The ball was underthrown by Brian Reeder, and you called it nicely. Damon Merkelson, the 6'1", 185-pounder out of Syracuse, got in front of the football, had it, and then Marco Thomas became a defensive back, swiped it away, and now a flag down. I don't know if Brian Reeder was mugged back there, I think.
He was. It is a personal foul penalty, roughing the quarterback, so the Stormers catch a break in the ball after the penalty, moved all the way out to midfield, right at the 25-yard line. Reeder is up under center. Marcus Harris will be the man in motion on the far side, the right side of the field. Back to throw. Reeder under pressure, steps up, throws it over the middle. Jesse Schmidt is there. Touchdown, Barnstormers. Oh, he's pretty fly for a white guy.
Jesse Schmidt, a flag route, and that time Brian Reeder just dropped back, had plenty of time to throw the football, and Jesse Schmidt ran right down the hash marks, broke it off to the right, and angled to the far corner of the end zone, a wobbly spiral, and Jesse Schmidt ran right underneath it, had his defender beat by 2 or 3 steps. Jesse Schmidt, his first touchdown catch of the night and his 21st of the season.
56-31, Stormers look to put one more point on the board here with the extra point try. Gortnall approaches, kicks it up. It is good. And just like that, with 13:44 to go in the game, it is now Arizona 56, Iowa 32 on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Hero Tire is proud to support Iowa Barnstormers football.
Hero to
Brian's
Hired
playing
is
pretty
traveling
well.
across country to help returning service members connect with employers. The H2H program helps soldiers translate their military skills into matching civilian jobs. At Hero to Hired, we have everything you need to find a job, and the best part, it's free. So get started. Visit our website today at h2h.jobs. That's where you'll be able to browse by industry and even take our career assessment test. So head to h2h.jobs, and thank you for your support.
Cooking with pork, you might feel like the host of your own cooking show. Sprinkle on a spice rub for an amazing Cuban pork tenderloin. Slather on a simple glaze for sweet and tangy barbecue pork chops. Your creative side intersects with your hungry side. So be fearless, be fresh, and have fun with pork. And don't forget to hold for the applause. Discover more at porkbeinspired.com. Pork, be inspired.
Hey, Barnstormer fans, Coach's Pizza is proud to support your team. Located in the West Glen Town Center, Coach's Pizza prepares their dough fresh daily and a sauce that's out of this world, all natural ingredients. One of the specialty
Back in 15.
your favorites. Coach Hohensy's favorite, the Coach. Sandwiches, pasta, salads, and more. Carryout, delivery, and catering opportunities abound. Stop by, call them 223-2233. Tell them Coach Hohensy sent you.
Hi, folks. This is Van here. Join Bonnie and me mornings on News Radio 1040 WHO.
It's Jesse Schmidt from Brian Reeder. It is a 25-yard touchdown toss. Gortnall with the extra point, tacked it on. 56 for the Rattlers, 32 now for the Iowa Barnstormers. 13:44 to go in the game.
Might be the last ball game you see Jesse Schmidt playing. You just never know.
Could be. Keith Brown is back to receive. The ball is in the air. It is off the left screen. Brown has it in the end zone. Quickly out to the 5-yard line. Makes a move to the far side. 15, 20. He's got midfield. Cuts it back to the near side. 10, 5. Ooh. Into the end zone. They throw a flag, and it is a touchdown as Brown runs it all the way back. And a personal foul penalty will be called on the Iowa Barnstormers.
Eric McIntosh grabbed the face mask of Keith Brown and threw him to the turf as he crossed the end zone. I would probably throw the guy out of the ball game if I were an official. A very momentary lack of reason there by Eric McIntosh. He had the
They did not eject the player.
They didn't eject him, but Keith Brown gets credit for a tremendous kickoff return off the left side net, as you said, near side net, came up the near sideline, went to the far side, got some blocks, turned on the Jets, and just outran the defenders. And boy, McIntosh really grabbed that face mask.
He just yanked his head all the way around. He looked like one of those bobblehead dolls, but he's okay, which is a good thing. Yep. Set to go now for the extra point try. The kick is up, and it is good. So after the Stormers get 7, the Rattlers respond on a wonderful kickoff return by Keith Brown. 13:01 to go in the contest. 63-32. All Rattlers, News Radio, 1040 WHO.
Barnstormer proud. Four Corners Photography is proud to be the official photography of your Iowa Barnstormers. Veteran owned and operated, Four Corners specializes in sports, portraits, senior pictures, corporate events, and concerts. Got photographic needs? Well, Four Corners will provide personal service and quality work done right the first time. Call 515-745-1639. That's 515-745-1639. Barnstormers proud. Four Corners Photography.
The Downtown Farmers Market, presented by Unity Point Health Des Moines, is open every Saturday, rain or shine, through October 26th. You'll find mouth-watering goodness, locally grown and harvested just for you. Farm fresh produce, live entertainment, breakfast, and more. Enjoy the sights,
apparently we're sharing.
Flavors
okay,
of the Downtown
but they run out of paper.
From 7 till noon every Saturday in downtown Des Moines Historic Court District. Find us on Facebook and DesMoinesFarmersMarket.com.
Casey's.
Okay, you're back in 30.
People on famous pizza.
Oh, they're already back.
I own Riverside's only radio.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
A little crazy, so I stopped at Casey's General Store for fresh donuts in the morning and made to order pizza during the day. Because Casey's makes good stuff. That was my radio voice.
Okay.
12 seconds and you just take it. I won't do a bump.
See what everybody's talking about. price.
7.
Get free cheese breadsticks when you buy any large.
4.
Not valid with any other offer.
Go.
Ball is in the air. Marcus Harris gets it off the left screen, out of the end zone, up to the 5, and then he's squished down at about the 7-yard line, and that is where the Iowa Barnstormers will bring on the offense. By the way, our Keith Brown with a 58-yard kickoff return for Arizona.
Arizona, a kickoff, special teams, offense, defense, just all facets of the game in tip-top shape here tonight as they try and rack up their 14th win of the season as they head into the playoff as the the National Conference West Division champions. And boy, they have to be the odds-on favorite to advance to the Arena Bowl this year.
This team is really good, and they're showing why they are one of the top teams, if not the top team in the league tonight. The penalty on McIntosh now marked off, so the Stormers are back at their own 3. Reeder throws over the middle. He tried to get it to Big Mike Garrity as he had declared as the tight end. Garrity was open, and the pass was not near him, and it falls to the ground for an incomplete pass.
Yeah, in Arena football, there's 3 offensive linemen, the center, a tight end, and a tackle or guard, if you will. And the tight end has to raise his hand when he comes to the line of scrimmage. He is eligible. That 6'6", 315-pounder out of Eastern Illinois, Mike Garrity. Reeder in his own end zone, he was feeling the pressure and just didn't have enough time to get it to Garrity. Garrity was open, and boy, if he would have caught it, you just never know what could have happened.
Big guy rumbling down the field. It'll be 2nd down. Marco Thomas man in motion near side. Out of the end zone. Reeder throws. Caught by Toe into his hands, and he dropped it. It would have been more than enough yardage for a first down. That rarely happens with Marco Thomas. He was open as he just sort of posted up right at the 20.
Yeah, he was hanging out underneath the defense. Brian Reeder, 3 yards deep in the end zone, planted through a perfect strike and now holding against the Barnstormers, so it would have came back anyway, and the Arizona Rattlers will decline it. But that time Marco Thomas, instead of catching it with his hands, let it get into his inside and was looking downfield already, so he took his eye off the ball.
So that'll make it 3rd down at the Stormers' 3-yard line. Need to get to about the 14-yard line for a first down. Set to go. Reeder out of his own end zone. Has time. Swings it out near side. Caught by Marco Thomas at the 5. Makes a nice little juke move at the 10. And then is pushed out of bounds there. They say he stepped out at the 9. So the Stormers now will have 4th down, and they'll need to get about 6 in order to maintain possession.
Marco Thomas, the go-to guy all season long for the Iowa Barnstormers, does such a great job in the open field. You get him the ball in the near side flat against the dasher boards, and he has that ability to stop, stutter step, and kind of fake you out. You don't really know where to go. So as a defensive back, you really have to break down and really give up your position. Just make sure he doesn't get to the outside of you. And that was a nice open field tackle leading to the 4th down situation for the Barnstormers.
Set to go now. It is Reynolds who's the motion man. Back to throw. Reeder has time. Looking now under pressure. Lets it go, and he's going to throw it away as he got blistered and went head over tea kettle, over the boards and into the seats, and a penalty marker now flies, so hold everything right here.
Brian Reeder was actually thrown into the first row of the stands and took a seat. His butt was on the seat.
It's going to be a holding penalty against Arizona, a defensive holding penalty. So the Stormers catch a break. They will maintain possession, and they will get a first down as they mark off the penalty.
In Arena football, there are dasher boards. They're 48 inches thick. It's about 4 feet high. You don't run out of bounds. You run into padded dasher boards, and that time Brian Reeder was hit so hard he went through, over, and ended up in the first row of the Wells Fargo Arena.
So first down now from the 14-yard line of Iowa. Reeder up under center. Loose football. It's on the ground and recovered by Arizona. Reeder pulled out from center too quickly. The ball snapped, hit his fingertips, went to the ground, and Arizona smothered it.
Cliff Dukes will jump on the football, the 6'4", 295-pounder out of Michigan State. That was a good call, Jimmy B. That time, Brian Reeder, he just wants to get back he wants to get back too quick, plant, and he's been pressured all night long. So that's a ghost right there. That's a demon that is going to overcome a lot of quarterbacks in this league. It was a good snap. Brian Reeder just pulled away a little bit too quickly. Unfortunate right after the Iowa Barnstormers get a break, and now down 63-32, have to come up with a stop here.
So Nick Davila and company back out onto the field. It's Arizona 63, the Stormers 32. We are down to the inside 10-minute mark. And now they've just switched quarterbacks and gone to Murrieta, the backup. He throws into the middle. Touchdown, Rattlers. Guess who? Wide open in the end zone. It is Tyson Poots again.
Tyson Poots with his 4th touchdown catch of the night, just a down and out in the back of the end zone, in the corner of the end zone. That'll put him close to 93 yards on the night. And as you said, the 6'1", 220-pound backup quarterback out of northern Arizona, Jason Murrieta, comes in, the right-hander, throws a perfect strike off the bench. Now you're looking at 69-32 Arizona.
And Arizona looking to make it a 70 spot, as Lindholm is on again for the extra point try. Snap is good, placement down, kick is up, and it is good. No flags on the field. 9:06 to go in the game. Arizona 70, Iowa 32, right here on News Radio 1040 WHO.
You have the power to reach your goals, build a new future, recharge your dreams. Knowledge is power, and at UIU.edu, the power is always on. UIU.edu, it's real education for real change. The kind of education that will energize your life in ways you've never thought possible. Classes start every 8 weeks at the UIU Des Moines Center.
Okay, I got a minute and a half going here.
UIU.edu, turn your power on.
There's a place in the neighborhood where the folks are friendly and the food.
Okay, I have the 9 to 10 o'clock program rolling off the air.
Okay.
So when this is over and you run out of pregame, or postgame, I mean, and there probably ain't going to be much to talk about.
No, there won't be.
So I've got something I can go to when you
Thanks, Steve.
end it.
Thanks, Steve.
GM enjoy $1.75 pints, $2 bottles, and $2 well drinks. Plus pay half price on cheese sticks, nachos, and chicken bites. Okoboji also has a late night happy hour. Try out Boji's new menu featuring buffalo shrimp, sliders, Baja burrito, the Boji Belch, and the East Lake burger topped with an egg, plus sweet and spicy shrimp. Listen for details on Boji's Bar.
Okay, we're back in 14.
You can meet players and win prizes and game tickets. Okoboji Grill in Johnston, Ankeny, Pleasant Hill, Southeast 14th, and Ames.
Okoboji Grill. It's the place where good friends meet.
Farm news and weather mornings on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Well, they bring in the backup QB as Nick Davila is done for the night. Jason Murrieta, first pass goes to Tyson Poots, 12 yards and 6 points.
Yeah, Nick Davila bows out 16-22, 6 touchdowns, 222 yards and 1 pick. He is an AFL All-Pro, and a great job out of him. And he's a class act and a champion all the way.
Set to go now as Lindholm approaches, drives the kick high into the air. Jason Simpson back to get it. He's got it back of the end zone. Simpson out to the 3-yard line, and he's going to be dragged down there. The wide receiver, Purify, with the tackle, and they will spot it officially at the Iowa 4-yard line.
Jason Simpson, he's an accomplished return artist here in arena football, and was the starting kickoff return specialist for the Barnstormers to start the season. Broke his hand, and has come back and now giving him a couple extra opportunities. And he signed a 2-year deal with the Iowa Barnstormers, so we look to get that veteran back next year. He's a warrior on the field and an inspirational leader on the field as well for the Iowa Barnstormers.
Down to 8:45 to go in the game. Brian Reeder up under center, and he's backed up right against his own end zone. Marco Thomas, the motion man, slot far side. Reeder sets, throws. Ball was batted down again at the line of scrimmage, and Reeder was batted down as well.
Yeah, Reeder ended up on his backside, and it was Tyreek Lasper, the 6'3", 265-pounder out of North Carolina A&T, again getting leverage on the Iowa Barnstormers center, Travis Miller, 6'6", 335. And that time Reeder made his read properly and had his technique properly, took the snap, took 2 steps back and delivered the football. And even in that quick of a sequence, he was batted backwards, and that's the reason why he backed out earlier on the last offensive possession.
Thomas again, the man in motion, slot far side. Reeder again stumbles in the end zone, now escapes, runs out of the end zone, and then gets drilled by Glasper. And then there's a flag down in the end zone as well. And it may be against Arizona.
Yeah, that time Brian Reeder lost his footing in the end zone, tripped over some of the turf there under pressure, and got around the defense, got it out of his own end zone and was smashed up against the near side dasher boards by Tyreek Lasper as the officials down below trying to sort things out.
So they declined the penalty. It was not against Glasper, who reacted like he was going to get a penalty. Instead, it's a holding penalty against the Iowa Barnstormers. The penalty is declined, and it'll be 3rd down now for the Stormers as they operate from their own 1-yard line.
Yeah, Anthony Parker just trying to protect his quarterback there.
Again, it'll be Thomas, the motion man, in the slot far side. Reeder out of his end zone, wants to throw over the middle, and not turning around quickly enough was Marco Thomas. He was open, and the ball sailed right past him.
A fly route. Marco Thomas released on the far right side, went right up in between the hash marks, was at the 25-yard line, and that time, with the first time in the entire series, Reeder had the chance to throw the football. He had nobody around him. There wasn't any pressure, had a nice pocket, and if Reeder would have just had a little bit more patience that time and would have waited for Marco Thomas to look for the football, it would have been a complete pass and quite possibly 6. So now 4th down and 13 on your own 1-yard line.
Set to go now. Reeder up under center. Here's the snap, throwing from the back of his end zone. Wants to go deep. Got a man wide open. Jesse Schmidt. Schmidt at the 15 makes the catch. 10-5. Touchdown, Barnstormers. Oh, she's dressed in yellow. She says hello. You run over there without a second to lose. Hey, what's next? Just bust a move.
Marquise Floyd that time bid up. He thought that Brian Reeder was going to get tackled in the end zone. Again, great job by the offensive line giving Brian Reeder to throw the football. They've been getting to him every single play the past 6 or 7 downs, not the last 2. And the defensive backfield that time just thought he gave up on the play, thinking that Brian Reeder was going to get sacked, and Jesse Schmidt was wide open on a fly route, nobody within 15 yards of him.
Extra point try. Gortnall is on. Placement down. The kick is up, and he drills it through. So the Stormers put 7 on the board. 6:04 to go in the game. Rattlers comfortably still in control. They lead at 70-39 on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Physiotherapy Associates is the official sports medicine provider for the Iowa Barnstormers. Physiotherapy Associates leads all others in athletic training and sports medicine services in central Iowa. 7 locations in the Des Moines Metro. Physiotherapy Associates can assist you with your physical therapy, sports medicine, and hand therapy needs. If the pros trust them, so can you. Find out more online, physiocorp.com, and go Barnstormers.
Casey's presents Famous People on Famous Pizza.
My name is Doyle Davids. I own Riverside's only radio station. My hours can be a little crazy, so I stop at Casey's General Store for fresh donuts in the morning and made-to-order pizza during the day. Because Casey's makes good stuff. That was my radio voice.
Casey's, famous for pizza. Order one today and see what everybody's talking about. Right now, get free cheese breadsticks when you buy any large pizza. Not valid with any other offer.
When you're in the kitchen,
back in 30.
You might feel like the host of your own cooking show. Sprinkle on a spice rub for an amazing Cuban pork tenderloin. Lather on a simple glaze for sweet and tangy barbecue pork chops. Your creative side in touch with your hungry side. So be fearless, be fresh, and have fun with pork. And don't forget to hold for the applause. Discover more at porkbeinspired.com. Pork, be inspired.
Jan Michelson, weekdays from 9 until 11:30 on WHO Radio.
Welcome back, Wells Fargo Arena. It is Brian Reeder to Jesse Schmidt. The play covers 49 yards, and the Stormers get on the board again, but it is all Arizona right now, 70-39. The kickoff coming up. And back to receive is Arkeith Brown, who had a terrific touchdown run off the screen. He's got it off the soft screen. Nope, it's hung up in the screen, and it'll be a touchback, and the ball is not falling into the crowd.
Yeah, that's going to be a souvenir for somebody as the crowd awaits for it like a rabid dog waiting for a bone to be thrown at him.
It's tangled pretty good, though.
Yep, it is tangled there. And Jesse Schmidt, good to see him have a great game tonight. 5 catches, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. And you know, at the beginning of the year, I think Jesse did sign a multi-year contract. So I'm not quite sure on that. I've heard some scuttlebutt. It'll be interesting to see if Jesse comes back next year or if he did sign a multi-year contract.
Set to go now with Murrieta up under center as he replaced Nick Davila. Looking over the middle, throws it. Oh, terrific one-handed catch by Reed at the 20, and then he's pushed out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Wow, that is a terrific. The ball's behind me. I'm just going to snatch it out of the air with my right hand.
Yeah, it was done a down and out from the far side, came across towards us, parallel down the 20-yard line. The ball was thrown behind him in between the hash marks, and Reed reached out with a Spider-Man type grab for the first down.
Set to go now. Murrieta up under center. Looking, has time. Over the middle, got his man wide open. It's Windsor. Windsor makes a cut at the 15, falls forward, and finally tackled there by Darius Reynolds and Damon Glanton at the 9-yard line of Iowa.
Rod Windsor out of the right slot over here, just a little down and in. The ball was thrown a perfect in route. Windsor hauls it in, and nice open field tackle by Damon Glanton broke down nicely. Windsor having a whale of a ball game, 5 catches, 120 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Murrieta's good enough. He's probably could play on a lot of Arena League teams, but he sits behind Davila. Throws over the middle, and that time it was behind the wide receiver Purify, and it hits off the dasher board, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, Murrieta had time to throw the football in the pocket that time and had his man in the back of the end zone, a fly route, or rather a post route if you have a post in arena football, and Damon Glanton gets credit for the defensive coverage back there. Again, thrown just a little bit behind, but you're right in your analyzation there of the quarterback, Jason Murrieta, 6'1", 220-pounder out of northern Arizona.
He's talented. Again, no pressure on him. Goes to the far side, and this pass is over the head of Purify, and that ball was, I think his arm got hit a little bit, and that's why that pass was an errant throw.
Yep, it flew a little bit upwards of Maurice Purify on the far left side as Arizona operates left to right, a down and out on the 5-yard line, thrown away from us against the dasher boards, and that's going to be thrown into the second row. So a souvenir for a young man over there with an Iowa Hawkeye shirt. He's happy.
You got it. Windsor's the man in motion, slot far side. Back to throw. Murrieta this time under pressure. Rolls out to the near side, and he's going to really get hammered as he throws it away. Is it caught? It is caught for a touchdown. I thought he was throwing it away, and Reed went over the dasher boards, made the catch, and it is a Rattler touchdown.
Yeah, I think a flag's going to go on Taryn
Yeah,
Benton,
I think you're right.
And they'll decline the flag.
It is 6 points. The penalty is declined. So Murrieta's looked very sharp.
Murrieta comes into the ball game replacing Nick Davila. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns now.
76-39. Extra point coming up here now by Garrett Lindholm.
And that'll send some folks to the exits.
Well, they'll start to go with 3 minutes left to go in the game. And the kick is on the way, and it is good. 2:55 remaining. It's all Arizona as they are winning comfortably. 77-39 over the Stormers right here on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Hero to Hired is proud to support Iowa Barnstormers football. Hero to Hired is traveling across country to help returning service members connect with employers. The H2H program helps soldiers translate their military skills into matching civilian jobs. At Hero to Hired, we have everything you need to find a job, and the best part, it's free. So get started. Visit our website today at h2h.jobs. That's where you'll be able to browse by industry and even take our career assessment test. So head to h2h.jobs, and thank you for your support. Barnstormer proud. Four Corners Photography is proud to be the official photography of your Iowa Barnstormers. Veteran owned and operated, Four Corners specializes in sports, portraits, senior pictures, corporate events, and concerts. Got photographic needs? Well, Four Corners will provide personal service and quality work done right the first time. Call 515-745-1639. That's 515-745-1639. Barnstormers proud. Four Corners Photography. Hey, Barnstormer fans, Coach's Pizza is proud to support.
Back in 30.
In the West
Yeah,
Glen
just
Town
give it to me
Center,
straight. They're
Coach's
ready.
Pizza prepares their dough fresh daily, and a sauce that's out of this world. All natural ingredients. One of the specialty pizzas could be
Okay, 15 seconds.
Coach Hohensy's favorite, the Coach. Sandwiches, pasta, salads, and more. Carry-out, delivery, and catering opportunities abound.
7.
Stop by, call them 223-2230.
4.
Tell them Coach Hohensy sent you.
Ball is in the air. It's taken there by Marcus Harris, who makes a cut at midfield and finally dragged down as he went to the outside, out near the 24-yard line. So another solid return by Marcus Harris on that kickoff.
Yeah, stop just shy of midfield at the 24-yard line. Marcus Harris has over 157 yards in return tonight. That's his 8th on the night. So Marcus Harris giving the Iowa Barnstormers great field position here to start this drive down 77-39. And again, you win with class and you lose with class. And here's where you just you don't want to get anybody hurt on either side of the football and finish the game off with some positive execution. And Brian Reeder's done a tremendous job tonight. 9 of 17, 175 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'm really happy for that young man after his performance last week.
You're right, where he threw 2 picks, and they had to get him out of the game, and J.J. Radowicz went back in. Reeder back to throw under pressure. He's hit from behind. Loose football. Arizona trying to come up with it. Ball still loose, and finally the Rattlers will indeed control it. It's Hawthorne, the big man, who fell on it, and I think he squished the football when he did.
Yeah, he's a big kid, 6 foot, 340-pounder out of Wisconsin. And just as I say that, Brian Reeder was being pressured from both sides, and you have to have that timing clock in your head where, you know, if pressure breaks down, you either step up in the pocket and run or get rid of the football. And that time he just didn't feel it and was stripped of the football. And the Arizona Rattlers fall on it. So the Arizona Rattlers, turnover after turnover after turnover, forcing the football away from the Iowa Barnstormers. They are the real deal and a favorite to win Arena Bowl this year.
Marietta up under center. It is Poots who is the motion man. Marietta looks over the middle, got his man wide open. It's Windsor, makes a move at the 10, down the sideline on the far side, finally pushed out of bounds inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line of Iowa.
Rod Windsor, the big kid, 6'2", 220 out of Western New Mexico, over the middle, a drag route, hauled it in at the 15-yard line, made Jason Simpson miss, and was finally brought down by Damon Glanton by the Iowa Barnstormers at the 2-yard line. At 6 catches, over 140 yards, 3 touchdowns for the big Rod Windsor of the Arizona Rattlers tonight.
Set to go now as they get to the line of scrimmage. We are down to 1:10 left in the game. The clock will be in the 1-minute timing rules. They hand it off straight ahead, and it is the big fella, Odie Armstrong, who just goes straight into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
6'1", out of Northwest Oklahoma State. Again, I had the pleasure of calling some of his college game, a game against Upper Iowa a few years back, and that time they just handed it off and was untouched as he rolls into the end zone. 83-39 with a minute left to go in the ballgame. Arizona all over the Barnstormers.
And the 1-minute timing rules will now be in effect, but they will kick the extra point first. Set to go as Lindholm is on. They kick from the 10-yard line, and the kick is up, and it is good. Just like that, 1 minute remaining in the season for the Iowa Barnstormers, while the Rattlers will be playing in postseason play. Rattlers 84, Stormers 39. News Radio 1040 WHO.
Are you sick of spending your green to be green? Well, at SPI Appliance Recycling Center, you don't have to pay to recycle your unwanted appliances. We accept refrigerators, freezers, washers, dryers, air conditioners, ovens, furnaces, and more. Just bring your unwanted appliances to SPI Appliance Recycling Center at 918 Southeast 21st Street in Des Moines. Call us at 515-263-8000 or visit us online, scrapprocessorsiowa.com. SPI Recycling Center. No charge, no hassle, no problem.
There's a place in the neighborhood where the folks are friendly and the food is good. The Okoboji Grill. It's the place where good friends meet.
If you haven't been to Okoboji Grill lately, you're missing out. Okoboji has Des Moines' best happy hour and the best prices, too. From 3 to 6:30
You're giving it to me right after this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
$2 bottles and $2 well drinks.
No
Plus
bump.
pay half price on cheap
Okay. 30 seconds.
Okay. Okoboji also has a late night.
Are they playing yet?
Boji's new menu featuring buffalo shrimp, sliders, Baja burrito, the Boji Belch, and the East Lake burger topped with an egg, plus sweet and spicy shrimp. Listen for details on Boji's Barnstormer Bash, where you can
12 seconds.
win prizes and game tickets. Okoboji Grill in Johnston, Ankeny, Pleasant,
7.
Southeast 14th, and Ames.
Got 4.
It's the place where good friends meet.
Go.
Ball is off the left screen, carried there by Marcus Harris at the 10, breaks a tackle at the 20. Now at the midfield, the 25, finally pushed out of bounds as he gets to the 20-yard line of the Arizona Rattlers. Again, another terrific return by Marcus Harris.
Yeah, stopped way inside Arizona territory at the 20-yard line is where they're going to mark Harris out of bounds, and getting some nice blocking upfield that time by DeMond Glanton. Marcus Harris having a tremendous night. 9 kickoff returns, close to 200 yards. Almost broke that one. They'll mark it at the 20-yard line. So with 53 seconds left to go, again, you just want to finish this without getting anybody hurt. Try and get in the end zone one more time and maybe try to go to somebody who hasn't got a lot of receptions on the season. We'll see what they do.
Set to go now as Brian Reeder brings the offense up to the line of scrimmage. 53 seconds remaining in this contest and the season for the Barnstormers. Jesse Schmidt in motion. Ball is loose. Once again, Reeder pulled out from underneath the center too quickly. It went off his fingertips, but I believe this time it was Reeder who fell on it, and he did. So the Stormers will maintain possession. Clock is stopped with 41 seconds remaining in the game.
Yeah, you want to finish on a positive note, and that's not going to get it done. And Brian Reeder, backup quarterback, and in his defense, has not had a whole lot of opportunity to work with Travis Miller, the 6'6", 335-pounder out of North Dakota State College of Science, who came in later in the season. And Brian Reeder, again, coming into tonight in replacement of J.J. Raderink, has done a really nice job overall. 9 of 17, 175 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's been forced out of the pocket a bunch and has been seeing ghosts back there, stripped a couple times, and has now had 2 or 3 different bad snaps from the center.
Set to go now. Reeder is up under center. Motion man will be Jesse Schmidt on the far side. Reeder this time, snap is good. Scrambles to the far side, wants to throw it, does so
Nice.
over the middle. Darius Reynolds at the 10-5. Touchdown! Darius, money, 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 money! Reynolds, oh! Seesaw swinging with the boys in school and your feet flying up in the air. Say, hey, diddle, diddle, with your kitty in the middle, swinging like you just don't care. You got to walk this way and talk this way.
2 touchdowns on the night for Darius Money Reynolds, and that time Brian Reeder was forced out of the pocket, stepped up in the pocket outside of tackle up against the dasher boards, and over the middle, Darius Reynolds beat his receiver, hauled it in at the 10-yard line, and just beat everybody to the end zone.
Extra point coming up. They go for a 2-point conversion on a quick little flip, and it's going to not make it there. They tried to get it into the hands of Odrick Ray, and he is caught at about the 3-yard line. So the 2-point extra try is no good. 35 seconds remaining in the game. Rattlers 84, Stormers 45. News Radio 1040 WHO.
The downtown.
Okay, we've got a minute and a half here.
Okay. Health Des Moines is open every Saturday, rain or shine, through October.
And Aerosmith on deck.
Find mouth-watering goodness, locally grown and harvested just for you. Farm fresh produce, live entertainment, breakfast, and more. Enjoy the sights, sounds, and flavors of the Downtown Farmers Market from 7 till noon every Saturday in downtown Des Moines' historic Court District. Find us on Facebook and DesMoinesFarmersMarket.com.
Hey, Barnstormer fans, Coach's Pizza is proud to support your team. Located in the West Glen Town Center, Coach's Pizza prepares their dough fresh daily and a sauce that's out of this world, all natural ingredients. One of the specialty pizzas could be one of your favorites. Coach Honesy's favorite, the Coach. Sandwiches, pasta, salads, and more. Carry-out, delivery, and catering opportunities abound. Stop by, call them, 223-2233. Tell them Coach Howensy sent you.
I work out.
Physiotherapy Associates.
You're back in 30.
Medicine provider for the Iowa Barnstormers. Physiotherapy Associates leads all others in athletic training and sports medicine services in central Iowa. 7 locations in the Des Moines Metro. Physiotherapy Associates can assist you with your physical therapy, sports medicine, and hand therapy needs. If the pros trust them, so can you. Find out more online, physiocorp.com, and go Barnstormers.
Ensuing kickoff set to go. Back to receive is Brown. Brown makes the catch off the right screen, and now he's just going to take a knee in the end zone just to run time off as we are down to 35 seconds remaining in the game.
Yeah, and they just don't want to get anybody hurt.
You got it.
Yep. Time. If you don't come out of the end zone, the clock will not start, and I think that's a class move by the Arizona Rattlers. You do not want to get anybody hurt. But now here in arena football, you have to try to advance the football.
Correct.
And so you have to take a snap and you have to move it. And now this is where the microscope comes out on the Barnstormers here. You don't do anything stupid, do you? I mean, you want to make sure you win the class and lose the class. And let's see how it ends.
Set to go. Murrieta up under center. He just takes it and tries to fall forward, and the clock continues to roll down to 30 seconds. Stormers, I believe, will not stop the clock. They will not.
No need
they
to.
will. There's no reason to. They will just let it run out, and that will be the ball game. So the Rattlers win, and they win decisively at 84-45 over the Iowa Barnstormers as they get ready for postseason play, Joe.
You know, the Iowa Barnstormers, a disappointing way to end the season, and kind of a microcosm of the season as the Iowa Barnstormers will end their season at 6-12, and the Arizona Rattlers will finish 15-3, as you said, heading into the playoffs. And so now the Iowa Barnstormers need to, take a step back and look at the organization, find out where the glaring need for improvement lies. Getting some veteran players in here, getting a marquee quarterback in here. You have to think that J.J. Raderink's position, even though he is our quarterback, even though he has signed a multi-year deal, you have to think that his future is questionable.
Well, to be honest with you, after what's happened this season, I think everybody's future is questionable.
Yes.
With what has taken place.
Great point.